Thrushmoor. It's a quiet town in southern Ustalav on the banks of Lake Incarthen. Hardly a memorable thing about it up until recently. The city's citadel fell silent. The guards all disappeared. Then, of course, there was that business at the asylum. The accountsmen showed back up. They're an odd bunch, enforcers and performers. Researchers, magical scholars. And the new man with them, too. They were sent in there by the Count, though he's disappeared these days, too. He abdicated his throne, left his manor atop the hill. Who knows what fate Thrushmoor will face now? But I have a feeling these folk have a steady hand in it.
So we made a mistake. Came and got herself a ticking time bomb in her head. But we got a tip that Melicin was operating out of Old Chapel. And I really want to find Melicin right now. So we made our way to the old church, and inside we immediately fought monsters that halfway killed me. I was mostly dead for most of the fight, it felt like. And now we're here looking at our wounds, still no idea, up or down, left or right, what was going on.
You made your way at least to about the center of this chapel, it being a much smaller construction than the newer one across the street from your cottage down in Thrushmoor proper. But there's still a good amount of space here left. This central library and its grand table dominates most of the space of the building where you now rest. MD just clinging to life here after, as he said, being mostly dead for most of the fight. The rest of you hoping to find some information, some connection, something, that whether or not it'll trigger something that you once knew, or at least just tell you what's in store. Some semblance of what Melicin and her and your cult is even after. You have certainly left a mark here. You have slain quite a few horrors that boggle the mind. Creatures that seem not even of this world. You have left a lot of mess and a lot of blood. Were you to leave now, it would be obvious to any that arrived this site was compromised. This is probably your only chance to find anything of value. There's no shot they'll just leave it here for the taking once they realize what's happened.
For a secret base, you think they'd at least lock the door?
They don't need to lock the door. They have murder
They wasn't
vulture
good enough.
mosquito demons.
Obviously,
almost
it didn't.
good enough.
Almost.
It's all of those
If nothing, they
things.
just don't have to worry about feeding them if they leave the door open. Like, that problem will handle itself.
Beware of dog. Winged dog.
Beware of
They didn't have a warning. I'm going to sue them.
Yeah.
Where's
The
my
church
fantasy
is-
lawyer?
Supposed to be abandoned.
Yeah, we're trespassing.
No, they didn't have. They didn't have a no.
This is illegal. You're on the wrong side of the
They
law
had.
here.
They didn't have a no
Ah,
trespassing
no.
sign. They
True.
had no beware of dog sign.
It's our
No,
cult.
Legally,
I'm
legally,
pretty sure that
legally, they
Even
made
it- okay,
no
it's-
attempt to keep us out.
it is our fault.
The dog bit
right?
me.
Primarily, even let's be really fair. It probably seems to be a lot of my fault, but it does mean that it is our cult. We're in charge. We get inside.
We got hostile takeover to
This is we've been mutinied.
mutiny. There's been a coup.
You've been
This is
Was it-
Skulls and Shackles now.
Is
Not-
it our cult or was it Melison's cult?
I'm
I feel like
pretty sure.
I think she jumped in that little power vacuum. That's all.
because she has a lot of things going on.
It's possible you might learn something here.
That's what we're hoping for.
And
I think
here
she
in this
stole it.
central chamber, in what seemed to be the main commune of this chapel, strewn across one corner, the corner of this massive table, are some supplies, some books. some journals. The first things you've seen left behind that definitely weren't from this church's operations before. That weren't just pointless little effigies and relics no one even bothered looting. These were brought here recently and are almost certainly the cult's. You would have plenty of time to look through them, as you certainly would need to rest and recover somewhat from that tentacled beast you had just fought in here. What did you even
Did
drop?
you
I
both
lost
drop
most of my
something?
blood. No, he dropped his pencil
My
and a piece of
pencil
paper.
Oh, the pencil
escapade.
flew.
Yeah, the pencil was like,
No, I
I'm
just have
done.
long legs.
So as you sit down to rest, what is everybody doing?
Bleeding.
Healing MD.
Bleeding a lot.
I got one boo-boo, so I'll probably just read some books, and if someone wants to treat my wounds, feel free, but you said there's things to look through, so
There are
I'm
some
going to look
things to
through
look
some
through.
things.
How about you, Easy?
I'm lost half of my blood, so I'm also bandaging up and just trying not to look at all the blood.
So three of you are kind of gathered together on the floor here, just, attempting to deal with some of the pain. How are you right now, MD?
I'm drained 2. I just want to go over all my conditions. I'm drained 2, wounded 2, and fatigued.
Wonderful. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like a boss fight.
Actually, a little of half my new health.
That's true. You got a big heal near the
I got
end.
a huge heal.
How about you, Easy?
Lost half my blood, and I'm drained 1. And I don't have a lot of options. Otherwise. I'm running out of rhymes.
Running out of rhyme.
He's tapped out, man.
It's getting hard to think. You are a little bit
Woozy.
stressed
No,
at the
don't
moment.
make him.
Your mind's not super coming together. But as Cammy sits down to help the pair of you, you obviously can mostly deal with the wounds with your magic, as discomforting as it seems to be. But give me a medicine check as you try to treat them. We usually
mud?
just hand wave this because you can just lay on hands forever.
The mud
And I
gives
just give
plus
you an amount
1.
of time.
That is a 19 on the die, 29.
20, okay, solid.
30 if mud.
Looking over
30 what?
If mud. The mud.
If mud.
mud plus 1 to medicine. It's not a medicine check to heal them. It's a medicine check to kind of assess as you're trying to work. Your magic, the magic that's innate to you, whatever it is that's attached from blue, and your not small amount of medical skill combined with the wizard mud is able to do the same thing that it always does. There's bite wounds, there's gashes across both of these two that are quite severe, but given time, you'd probably be here for the better part of an hour patching them both up. Given time, those wounds will pull closed. They will seal, the bleeding will stop pretty much immediately with the application of your magic. And with that treatment and some time passing, MD would feel a lot better. You would lose wounded 2, of course, from being treated. That medicine check was successful. I'll just also count that to get rid of the wounded. And your own self-inflicted fatigue would fade after a while as well.
Calm myself down.
But he would still be very pale,
Yep.
as would Easy. Both of them still visibly, clearly suffering from the pretty severe effects of just the sheer amount of blood that they've lost. That is something that the body can deal with, but it takes time. A lot of time. They will both retain this drained condition for days
Ooh.
if it is not treated. And the only way it could easily be treated would be to replace some of that blood. They would need a transfusion of some kind.
Do I know how to do that?
29 on a medicine check? You probably never done it before, but you're like, how hard can it be?
She
Oh,
read,
yeah, fair.
she read it in a book
That sounds
once.
like me.
You would- Honestly, you're an expert in medicine, right?
No.
Trained?
Oh, well, actually, sorry. This is my level 3 sheet. If it went up that much, I think I must be an expert. That's another
Print
little
a new sheet!
No! I'm doing it with Colby.
You are 5!
This man.
I have the right number.
Don't forget the mark on your sheet when you get another.
As an
train.
expert in medicine, probably you would.
There's no way with a plus 10. I'm not.
You would.
I have a plus 10 to society, and I'm only trained.
You could very well be trained with a plus 10. You guys are 5.
Oh, maybe I'm just trained.
You're in fact probably just trained.
It's
Oh.
wisdom based. What's your?
My wisdom's a plus 3.
That would be a little harder.
Yes, you're only trained.
I'm trained.
You are trained. So that would definitely, it's a little daunting for a couple reasons. One, it seems a little complicated. 2, you need supplies. That's not something you can just do. You can't. 3, you'd need a source. You'd need a donor. But given supplies and time, you could probably figure it out. Now, good news. Trey's going through the stuff on the table here. There are some tomes on the deck.
Just some bags of blood.
Yep, just transfusion.
Is it is double O, A, B? What are
A positive.
Double O.
Be positive.
or just O?
Double
Double
O.
O's.
Double O square rooted, perhaps?
It's 7.
Yes. There would be various glass containers of blood.
Yeah.
There would also be, along with that, an assortment of alchemical supplies. The kind of things you would need to do something like that.
It's almost like they had to feed the bloodsucker.
It seems like they have collected quite a decent amount of it here.
From the people they
It's-
abduct?
They're not exactly labeled from the source, but there
Just-
do seem to be 2 distinct groups of these containers. Both just look like blood on the surface. Oh, you got the cracked mug today.
Yeah, it's built.
You got to look out for the one that has about a 1/4-inch gap in it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
crack.
drink.
I got
from-
the thick one.
I'm gonna drink from this.
I've got a
There
straw.
would also be an assortment of chalks, incenses, candles, and small black chipped bits of shiny stone. It may be a gemstone, something like obsidian. It's difficult to tell just from
You
looking
know
at them.
who's trained in crafting?
Then give me, if you want to, we'll say you're investigating. Absolutely, give me a crafting check.
That's a 1.
They're shiny black rocks.
And you know what I have right here? I have an excuse to use this card and
If you give
roll
him a hero
it.
point, he's going to use it on the first thing he rolls after he gets the hero point. But you
Thank
know that
you.
by now.
Thank you very much, Lord Umbrin, for giving me this fancy reroll on a thing that
Now
is
we're
completely
going to learn about
inconsequential.
geology.
So that went up to a 16. So that gives
That's
me a
much better.
27.
That's a minimum.
26. sorry.
27, you would be able to tell it is a gemstone of a sort, a semi-precious one. These are little, they're not properly cut like for jewelry, but
Just
they are
rough
sheared
onyx.
a bit. They are onyx.
Yeah.
Yes, they are like chipped and cracked little onyxes. The kind that would not be pure or
I know what
sizable or
those are
well
used
cut
for.
enough to make any kind of like jewelry or anything. You know what they're used for.
I know.
Trey might. Are you trained in occultism?
Yes.
If you're literally trained, I'll just give it to you as part of that role. You would absolutely know that these are frequently used in summoning rituals as a focus.
I wonder what they might have summoned.
There's a small little pile of probably about 8 of them that are left, next to what you would very quickly realize are an assortment of other ritualistic supplies. You don't see any signs of anywhere that this would have happened, because rituals like this, these summons, they would require fairly complex glyphs and sigils inscribed, carved into the ground, supported with all these other bits of esoterica and the onyxes to focus and channel the energy. But those are the kind of glyphs and sigils that you would find in the tomes piled up on the desk. This is all, blood included, summoning supplies. And they are supplies that are geared at summoning beings from other worlds outside of this one. Yes, it's aliens again. It's worlds.
Wow.
I love when it's aliens.
It's not the fun kind of aliens.
When you hit the Malevolence with the surprises aliens, I'm like, we're just running the same campaign.
Yep.
It's like it's the
Is
same
there-
campaign.
Is there a ritual?
There would be a great number of rituals in there.
Like, is there a
They
ritual
would
I can take?
certainly take the main tome would be an extremely complex series of rituals that seem like they're based in that same root of contacting and summoning entities from beyond the stars, but assessing how it works and what it is something that would take some time and absolutely the ability to read magic, which is not something that Trey has.
All the books. All the books going right in a bag.
You sort through all this, and let's say 40 minutes later, when Cammy has realized that there's not much she can do about the drained condition, not much, a ton you can do about the blood loss. You come to this conclusion about the time that Trey comes over with a bunch of jars of blood.
We're gonna need
Needles,
so
piping.
much.
What were you asking for?
That. Thank you.
Here you go. A jar almost as big as you.
I got it.
If I drink that, do I feel better?
You pantomime just like holding it, and then I get like a. Oh gosh. Does it matter blood type? Does it matter like human blood or?
I'd say this is still.
blood?
I'll give you this is still part of your previous medicine check. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna matter a little.
Can I identify the blood?
That would
Just give a
be
little-
crafting would be the most obvious thing. But
I gotcha.
You have supplies to like extract and move blood, but you don't really have anything to assess it, really. So it's gonna be pretty hard
Can I lick
Gonna
it?
alchemy the blood.
to do
Oh,
with
lick
it. You can lick it. I'm not gonna stop you. Yeah.
Will that help?
That's how you
Does your nose pick it
You,
up?
I would like Cammy do it without tools because your sense of smell is so
I can
refined.
smell the
Smells
kind
like
of.
that you can literally try to like scent match it. You got a lot of their
Yeah, you can
blood.
smell our
you know,
bandages.
Fair
from
enough.
the
Okay.
floor over there.
Yeah.
What do I roll for smelling?
It's still gonna be I'm still gonna need a crafting check because you're gonna need to know, trying to
Okay.
figure out what it is you're identifying. You can. The nose will help.
17 on the die, so that's going to be 28.
Ooh. Solid. The two, I'm going to imagine Trey just brought all this over in a huge heap.
And you just
It
stick
was
your nose in
very
it.
clearly two different groups on the table, and he was like, that's mine. And just carried it over. You, fortunately, identify that there are two types of this that were once sorted 3 minutes ago and are now sorted again. One of them is not humanoid at all. It's different. It's blood. It's, yeah, I mean, you're just kind of smell checking this. It's very different. You're not sure if it is the blood of these creatures or something else entirely. It's not humanoid blood. Do not use that.
Get some
I
weird
push
results.
it way
What if
over to the
we
side.
get-
It's like there's something kind of weird, and it's like it's like
The
a
larger-
new mix.
The larger set of jars
Blood
is
classic.
is samples of blood from what appear to be a variety of humanoid subjects.
Okay.
A lot of them smell. There's minute changes. They're all different. You're fairly confident each little pot is a different person. But there are some similarities that you can pick up and that you can connect with what you can smell from these two. That's
Picking
probably
up notes of.
notes of be positive. Like it's like
Notes of 00.
You didn't tell us to pick a blood type. Do I need to write that on my character sheet?
Wait, they wouldn't put that on our medical file? That
Oh,
wouldn't be in
come
here.
on.
Not that kind of medical file.
I mean,
It's an
vitals are
asylum.
important regardless. Yeah, I don't see
you're
it.
you're
you know
pretty
your
sure
blood
you
type?
can match
In
it up
real life,
well
yeah.
enough that if you can get a medicine check to do this, you should be able to hook up a transfusion from these unknown blood donors
Are we about to let Cammy do mad science
to
on
your
us?
friends here.
It's time for surgery.
Ooh.
Has the coat back on.
It just spawns.
She told you she was a doctor. Now
She's a
gonna prove
doctor.
it.
Just lay down and be really still, okay?
Who are you doing
Maybe
If you
first?
don't like
So-
needles, this is where you mute the stream for about the next 2 minutes.
I don't like needles. We're
Be
not
ve-
getting
I
that
hate
visceral.
needles.
Who are you doing first?
Hey, so I've got these veins.
Who are you treating first? Who are you hooking up first?
Am I gonna get better with it over time?
Yeah, he's the first one to test.
Over a lot
Who
of
is the
time.
guinea pig?
Easy.
Cammy?
He's got-
Easy.
He doesn't have it as bad as if he does. He's gonna be more fine if I really goof it up.
All right.
He's somehow drained 3.
Wait, it's medicine? Okay. It's a 16, 26.
26. Solid, absolutely.
Blood.
Easy is just an average regular guy, as we all know. The exact kind of normal human person that your medical knowledge would have come from. This almost feels a degree of natural. Like you get started on this and you do know how to do this. You find a vein easily, you get him set up, you have a little hand pump, and you've got him hooked into a pair of jars. And then, I mean, you just kind of got to hand the pump to him so you can hook up MD. Its process is going to take a little bit of time, but no problems at all.
Yes! Hold this! Okay.
MD,
This one's actually...
the music concerns me.
Yeah. Full trust in Cammy.
It's an 8 on the die, 18.
You got.
Is that good enough? I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Do you want to, I'll tell you if it's good now, you want to keep that?
Not when you keep asking
You gotta.
me.
Well,
you
just
got a
like,
60,
I
40.
can't tell you if it's, I'm not gonna,
I'll spend it.
okay, I was like, I'm gonna tell you if it's good enough until you tell me if you want to keep it or not.
Okay, there we go. Pretty sure that's from Sand Fox. Thank you.
Oh no!
Can we for piercing damage?
Is that a 1?
Yeah. Can we do piercing
no.
damage
There's the woe.
for the?
Gosh darn it, no!
You just killed a man. How do you
No,
feel?
I did it. I
Well,
did
you
it.
take 4 points of piercing damage.
Is that an attack roll?
And I'm not,
We have.
as much as I
it.
would
There's
really,
also very few
as much as I would
circumstances where I will
really,
trigger this.
really like to pump the
would
vein on you.
be-
Hold
I
on.
don't trigger this a lot. I don't.
You pump air bubbles into
Because I have
his
something
blood.
else. You
Oh no.
you trying to set this up. It is you MD's a big guy. He got big muscles.
Yeah.
Got a
It's
lot
hard.
Of scars.
You got a lot of scars. You would possibly think that things would be easier for him, but orcish physiology is surprisingly different. And you try a couple of times, just kind of digging. He takes those 4 points of piercing damage, and you can't get it to hook in. And eventually, I preface this by saying I hate needles more than anyone else, so
Okay.
bear with me. You end up pricking a vein, and you can't get it in there, but it spurts with even like a little bit of a squelching noise around the needle. It turns out you're not the only one a little bit familiar with this situation, as Easy and Woe is extremely squeamish to this. You've seen tons of blood get slapped out of you by monsters, but for some reason this is different. This situation
No.
deeply
No, no,
Yes.
unsettles you. Make me a stress check. Okay.
Boy.
Big old 2.
The good news is
I'm connected to glass jar of blood.
no. The good news is the 2 was not on this roll.
Yeah.
So now you roll the 20 and you get the boon.
Okay.
Remember, it's a permanent buff. Just
Wait,
roll
wait,
well.
wait. Pass
This
the
is-
red dice over here, please.
Oh, we should do it with this. That's a great idea. We should do
Oh,
it with this.
yeah.
Oh.
I said his red dice.
But that made me think that we have this. and
Oh,
this is a
that's
great
fair, actually. That's
situation for
good.
this.
That's way better.
Still want
This
your
is
dice.
as they say.
We have the special dice.
The straw that broke the camel's back. And with everything that's happened with Easy recently,
I just need these 2.
this is just
we're
the
supporting
point
you.
where he can't take it anymore. You're gonna roll this.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any hero points, but regardless, you cannot re-roll this.
I got one
Nothing
hero.
can affect it. Can't hero point this die. This is just how he copes with that breaking point.
Now remember, this is a very important roll. You have a 50-50 chance of it.
Don't
Stop.
Give me this.
Stop.
I have 2 role models to look up to.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which one do you want to be more like?
I see the red.
You rolled a natural one. I want to hear him.
Boy.
I see the red.
Welcome home.
Oh no.
Oh no! He's still.
And something in Easy's mind seeing this exactly just breaks.
Okay.
And a part of you from before, a part of what you forgot, comes rushing back. There's a very weird phobia of blood.
Okay.
It's not going to trigger anytime anyone takes damage. But if anyone is bleeding, in situations like this, anyone's being drained by something like that monster, things like that,
Bleeding
they
damage?
just get to you. You don't know why. Phobias don't make sense. Getting, like, almost, seeing MD almost get ripped in half by a star vampire doesn't do it, but this does. Just a certain way that some wounds happen, that some things bleed, just set that off. And when you're in the presence of that, it's frightening. Very physically so.
Okay. I pass out.
Oh no!
I stop pumping the thing.
And you see him just turn more pale and you just pass out on the floor.
God!
What'd you do?
I slap him. Wake up!
Put the blindfold over my eyes.
Stay with it! Wake back up!
I can't look at this.
Don't look at it then. Look
Yeah,
away.
when you come back up, even just the thought of having this needle in you, having this process going, is something you physically cannot cope with. And you watch Easy just yank that tube back out of his arm.
Oh my gosh!
Reach up to this bandage and just try to cover his eyes, almost shriveling into himself.
No, don't do that! What? Ah, my blood!
I'm good.
The blood is just kind of leaking on the
No,
floor.
no! You need to keep this. What are you doing?
I don't want. Whose blood is this?
It was gonna be yours.
I don't know. What if it's? I don't know. What if I turn into a monster? I don't know.
No, the monster blood is over there. I sniffed it out. It's okay. Are you good?
I'm not good. What if I just take a nap and I eat some peanut butter sandwich and I just get my blood back the old-fashioned way?
To be fair, I wouldn't trust a jar of blood in my arm either.
I mean, Cammy said it was okay.
Yeah, but then you exploded with blood.
Oh,
That's my first
It's
try.
it's like a little.
yeah.
It just kind of shot out of his arm.
she-
Like
It's just like
to
a little
me,
fist of
to
water.
me, it looks like an explosion.
I just kind of.
That's just my first go at it. Okay, I'm rusty.
She missed the vein. That's all.
Okay.
No, I watch this time. It'll be better.
No, I'm not watching.
make me a medicine check and Easy make me a will save.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, we get to test out. We're gonna find a mechanic. I'm leaving it this time.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh wait, plus
Yeah, it's a
This
will.
one's
It's a will
really
save. You get your
good.
modified and everything. It's not
plus
a flat
11,
check.
so 21.
21. You look away. Try really hard not to think about it. You don't like it, but
So this is where we get to test fate because she rolled the exact same number,
It's an 18.
and we get to see if that would have been good enough.
18.
I mean, if it's on easy, she already did it once.
Yeah, it's really not good.
You try it again. The whole situation's a little bit more tense now. MD, you take 10 points of piercing damage. As
What are you like? Just
you get a
Where is it?
You keep trying and you get something in and the worst thing you can do, get a little bubble in there. And fortunately you have enough expertise to fix that before it literally kills him, but it is a painful and unpleasant experience that bleeds him a fair bit more.
So I should stop trying now, right?
You tried your best. It'll be okay.
We're both trained.
With a drain train.
Train. Perhaps it will be easier in the comfort of your cottage later.
Yeah.
But the stress of this situation sure feels like it's getting to people.
All right.
We just have to eat some dark leafy greens.
I need to.
get some rest.
We need to fix the bleeding now.
yeah, take a few minutes.
You're gonna do it again.
No, I'm gonna fix my bleeding. I'm just gonna wrap my bleeding up. You got more of that magic.
Yeah.
This process, now having been sat here in this chamber for an hour trying to fix things, would patch you back up as easy tries his very hardest just not to look at
close
what's
your eyes.
happening.
Sing a
Not to
song.
think about it.
Is
Give
it
us a
the
hey, easy
fainting
frog
kind
song.
of phobia or
I'm
the
not-
like
I
just
can't do the
pass out
frog song
kind
right
of
now.
phobia?
Made the will say. We'll find out later.
I guess we'll find out later.
What's the phobia of blood called?
Hemophobia?
Hemophobia.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you have paranoia, you have hemophobia.
Yeah.
Nice. And what does he have?
He has stalwart.
Bravery.
Yeah, I have,
bravery is what he is.
Oh, he's speechless.
What is basically? I'm trying to remember the word.
Stoicism. He's a
For-
silent wall.
Like
feel that way every time I
unable
look
to
that way.
recognize danger.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not
Polish.
stupid. I have
Reckless?
I have,
Yeah. Polish.
Foolhardy.
I have 16 Polish.
What? After an hour spent here, Cammy, you finally pull your focus away from the magic and the triage and the transfusions, and despite your best efforts, yeah, one of them pretty well set up, and that kind of fell apart, and the other
Yeah,
one
I'm
you
good.
just having a hard
My
time getting it.
greatest work.
You are both still going to be drained.
Okay, well,
That's every day.
But Trey, I imagine, presents the group of you with the rest of this
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not gonna hide it. I'm taking all of it. But
These books of sigils and emblems and rituals.
they were summoning spookies.
To the two of you that have an understanding of magic, that could read scrolls and arcana, this is a book of rituals. This is a book of something tangential to traditional magic that could be performed by someone without a connection, if theoretically, if they were capable of understanding it. But having magic of your own would certainly help. We'll use the supplies, these candles, these esoterica, these bits of bone and blood, the chalks and the incenses to contact and summon, again, creatures from something that you would see referenced repeatedly, the Dark Tapestry. The skies beyond and the space past the stars above Galarian. We are running the same campaign.
I don't know what that is.
It's common knowledge. You know Dark
What is
Tapestry.
the-
is space.
yeah.
That's the thing. You guys would know that.
Ah,
It would
shoot.
take time for sure to be able to. You'd really need to like sit down with it for a day and pore over it if you wanted to figure out the nuance of it. But it is a reference. You are sure that the amount of work that goes into summoning these means these creatures were not summoned where you found them. They definitely did not summon those things back in the entryway, and they certainly did not summon this tentacled creature here. There would be far more, like it would be obvious. It would be hard to remove the signs of such an intricate ritual site. So if they were summoned here at all, it must have been from somewhere else in the building.
do we know if we summon them, do they immediately work for us, or is there some kind
Take
of
you
deal?
a lot of time to kind of look through the book.
We're a book club later.
Specificities of their inclinations, their allegiances.
Okay.
Hard to tell exactly how far the magic extends with a cursory reading.
Okay.
Book club.
Book club later.
Well then, door 1 or door 2?
I kind of
Wait.
want to go home.
Yeah, can we have a mini meeting? A mini meeting.
Are
real
we gonna?
quick?
Oh,
Just a small. There's 3 points I want to.
are we gonna huddle?
Huddle.
You kind of already huddled on the floor here.
Yeah.
Still
You can lean in
sitting,
a little.
still sitting in the exact same spot. Have not moved.
On point 1, and this is an open forum, so anyone can come in and
Sure.
and
Yeah.
submit
No, it's
a
a safe
review.
space.
Say safe space, but so point 1 is Millicent is good psychic. She's like an ESP. She put a thing in your mind.
Yeah, she has ESPN.
ESP, yeah, she's in there.
I forgot to set my recording.
Do you think she wiped our memories?
Then why does Reese think that it's me?
I don't know. I think Millicent, maybe she just wanted to be in charge. She was second in command to the Count, I think. Maybe we were up there. Maybe she took us out of the equation, and now she's the only one running
Well,
things.
the issue is she
Overthrown.
needs Edelmay. She wants Edelmay for some reason. She was the only one who can read the Stella.
Yeah, but she wants to use, she wants to curate your mind to where she's you're working for her or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
These are just
I thought we
brainstorming.
were supposed to be best friends, but she is not very nice to me.
Should we, point 2, should we tell her about Carcosa and the Stella? Because she wanted you to read the Stella and
No.
know what it says. And now you know what it says, but do we want her to know that?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Point 3 is just fun. I was thinking team names. I was thinking
Yeah.
team names. We could be the sleepless agents. 'Cause we
The
work together.
bloodletters.
The bloodletters. Okay, I don't like that because blood. So
Brings
I'm
up bad
gonna-
memories.
No, it makes me uncomfortable.
I'm going to veto that one. But the Briarwood Brawlers.
That's
Why
really
we-
cute. That's really
is
cute.
this really important right now?
Morale is
Yeah.
morale is very low right now,
Morale
Yeah.
feels exactly the same as it's always been.
which has been historically low.
Everybody knows that team names is a big part of getting a group together. It
Yeah.
builds
Also
community.
amnesia.
Oh,
Um,
that brings point 3. Forget Me Nots is the third team name.
That's cute.
That is cute.
That's cute.
I think we should put this whole on hold until we find Marius.
Okay, yeah. Just start thinking
we
of
can
names.
workshop it.
Yeah, we're workshopping. I love the enthusiasm, but I don't like the first word of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a touchy subject right now.
Yeah, we just.
It seemed current affair appropriate.
It was topical.
Well,
it was
yeah,
definitely
it is
topical.
topical.
It
It
was
is.
definitely
It's-
topical.
that's- yeah,
And I
it's
love
some
the
pop culture.
enthusiasm. So what? But yeah, just think about that.
Yeah.
On our day to day.
Are those like? Do we need to check like a trademark? I don't think we could be the sleepless agents. I'm pretty sure they got that.
Okay,
on lockdown.
well they're the sleepless agency. Maybe we're the sleepless ones.
Oh, it's like
'Cause then also 'cause, like,
it's
dreams.
like a technicality kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
How
technically-
about-
Ren's gonna be mad.
How about we talk about all this through that door?
Oh, we could walk and talk.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we can
How
think
about
about
we
it.
And I'm
hold it back when we're back at the cabin with a nice cup of tea?
That's
got-
even better.
You got MD on a tea kick now.
And I'm just gonna
He's
start.
discovered fine tea, and the man is hooked. Listen, Thrushmore ain't that bad, really. 2 folded leaves is my spot, man.
It is the spot to be.
Like between words, I'm just gonna be inching
Yeah.
way closer to the
Because
closest
you
door.
inch over, the group of you come to this door on the far right side, and it is a bit of a heavier wooden door. More of a, it's not like reinforced or anything, but the door that would imply it's external rather than just like an internal door. And indeed, it opens into a small courtyard in the right area of the chapel. An inner courtyard to which the church is just kind of built around, though most of the wings around the outside of it look like they are places where the roof is kind of sagging, a little bit in disrepair. It doesn't look like they may be entirely accessible at this point. It is functionally a small yard that leads nowhere but the sky. Where at this point, as you came here fairly early in the morning, it has spent some time, and the sun is nearing its zenith. But coming into this courtyard here, are we going to our regular adventuring activities? We got the looker,
Scouter.
the scouter, or the thinker, the scouter,
The thinker.
and
or
the
seeker.
lookers.
The
This is a
seekers.
magnifying glass.
Actually, I was investigating in here.
Yeah, I mean, you want to keep investigating?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 thinkers, 2 lookers. That's right. That's what we're doing.
And seeing that this is just a courtyard, I'm just gonna come right back inside and close the door.
Yeah, we don't like outside.
It's clearly a little bit. Well, it's like not. It almost feels a little odd because it's somewhat reminiscent of the little Briarstone courtyards, but with just a bright sun and just occasional
Nope.
scattered clouds above. No
Bowling rain.
omnipresent yellow
Boiling
mist,
rain?
boiling rain,
Night gaunts.
horrible demons. It's just
No creatures
Thrushmore.
trying to fly off with Cammy.
heading across
Unsuccessfully.
to the opposite side.
Should we loop down though in that room we missed? Because we kind of circled
Yeah.
around a room.
No, I think so. We
There
can
certainly is
just
some
kinda
space
dip
in the entryway that you could still check out.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll go check that room.
Looping back around there, very briefly heading into the room that would be on the right, kind of adjacent to where you had gone through, would lead into what looks like a little bit of a more well-appointed quarters. Possibly one for the like the mother of the church or whatever the Pharasmans would call their deacon. And inside, there are signs that this one has been used fairly recently. This bed has been slept in. There are even some things that have been left behind. On a little rack right next to the door is what looks like it's pretty much an entire outfit. There's a pair of very nice, actually gilded little boots on the ground right next to it. Green cape hanging off the rack, a cloak with a similar kind of filigree. fairly decent, like a traveling outfit that's a little heavier, something you would use more to explore the wilderness than to just simply walk around town, as well as a small brace of daggers just kind of bundled up on the table next to the bed. Half dozen knives set through this bandolier.
Yoink.
Do they seem like somebody I know's knives?
I mean, they look similar. Knives are kind of knives, but it certainly looks like something that looks very similar to what Reese was wearing when last you met her.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take that entire bandolier, and I'm gonna put that on. So no one's getting that back.
No,
I'm
these
keeping
are
an eye
my
on these.
knives. And with your
take it.
looking through here,
Either way, just someone no free laying knives in the dungeon.
seekers, give me perception checks.
Seekers.
Searchers, seekers.
I'm seeking.
Spotters.
Seeksies.
No seek backs.
25.
25.
14.
Rolled a 15 on the
14.
die.
Not rolling good today over here at Easy
Having a
Land.
bad
It's all
time.
right. It's having a tough day. Looking through this MD, just kind of glancing at the basically full traveling outfit that's set up on the rack here, it looks like it's set for a fairly long journey, or at least a lot of time outside of the comforts of civilization. You would notice that etched into the side seam of the pants and up onto the collar of the shirt are runes. These are enchanted.
Oh.
Hey, easy. Can you fit in these?
Yeah, do I? Can I wear it?
I mean, they might be a little small, but you can wear them. That's not like prohibitive. It's just maybe a little smaller than you would like.
Okay.
Are they heels? If they're the
Yeah,
ladies'
the boots. Do the boots also?
Are
The
they
boots
like
are just
cute?
big, like heavy soled. Well, they're
But they're
actually not
gilded.
really, but the leather is very fine, actually. It seems honestly strangely light compared to the thickness of the traveling clothes themselves. So too does the cloak.
If there's runes in them, check them for magic. The knives, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on the whole getup. Just
You just put
Feel.
everything on.
yeah. Then I'm gonna leave my stuff there, and it's be like, I'm just leave a note that like swap day. swap
Can I
day.
read the aura?
Like we got a cloak.
Absolutely.
We got
I would
pants.
love
You
to.
we
can
got
you can read
boots.
aura. The clothes as a set are magical in that they clearly have a rune on them. Appears to be fairly simple.
Yeah.
The boots are magical. The cloak is magical.
What about the daggers?
The daggers are non-magical. The daggers and the brace seem to be mundane. But the boots are magical themselves. They have an aura. The cloak has a separate aura. The clothes set with the rune have their own third aura. And as you are kind of read-auraing across this, you detect there is a fourth aura in the pocket of the shirt as well.
Just walk
I
over
can,
to
I'm
Easy's-
walking around. I'm like kind of studying. And I'm like,
Hey.
hey, hold on. I'm gonna reach into the pocket.
Goes up to your elbow.
Just
And
like
it would
digging
be
around in the pocket.
A pair of what look like strangely simple steel rings that are also magical.
2 rings.
Wedding rings.
What?
Wedding.
They're like they're fine. They're polished. There's no gem or anything set in them.
Will they fit on my
They do
fingers?
have. Yes, they would, and they also would have a small design across the outside of them that looks like thorns, kind of wrapping around it, just etched.
Nice.
Each of them identical.
Well, you know what time it is.
Oh, it's pretty. I'm gonna put it on.
Dies.
This is a lot of stuff to identify, but just putting on. You make a card for the rings. That's okay.
The rings seem like a set,
Merry
or they're
Christmas. So you put those two on. When you put the rings on, I'll just tell you with my mouth words because I forgot to make a card for the rings.
I'll just put one on. Somebody else can wear the other one if they want to.
Yeah, you just put on one.
Right
You
on my
wouldn't
thumb.
You would definitely would not feel anything noticeable just from wearing it.
It's supposed to be magical.
put the second.
I'll put the
one.
other
Try
one on
the
my
other
other
one.
thumb.
And you can unfold each of those once to see just what it feels like when you put them on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I'll make
Gonna
it a
start
break.
hopping around.
Oh.
Just feel good.
Oh.
Hoppy boots.
I'll put on the
Oh.
cloak.
Feel nimble, swift.
Oh, I thought he had the
Hey,
cloak.
we
thought
we
boots.
put the whole thing on.
Oh, the
He has
boots
got
too?
the whole
Yeah, he
deal.
has
I
the
gave
whole-
him the boots and
Done.
the cloak.
Oh,
If
I
someone
told him
if
to
someone
put on
else
the
put the
whole
cloaks on, he can hand you the cloak.
no, that's fine.
I put the whole fit on.
I thought
him.
it was clothing and then boots.
Now, your read aura would the rune set into the clothing would be simple enough, and also something recognizable that you have seen before, because it's the same rune that is set into Trey's plate. This is simple +1 armor rune.
Clothing
That-
of +1.
It is just heavy traveler's. It's +1 traveler's clothing. It's not armor,
Okay.
but it does not count as armor at all. But it
Actually.
would still give you the benefit
Actually,
of the +1 rune.
give me those clothes. Get back in your old clothes.
There's no way that it fits both of you.
No.
We need to.
But I keep the cloak in the boot.
You can keep the cloak and the boots. Tammy's getting the clothes.
Yeah, me and what?
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get
I'd be
these-
swimming. I don't.
roll up the
Yeah.
roll everything up and
Just keep
cinch it down
rolling.
around
I don't
her.
have the paper for it.
What are my thumbs doing anything?
Okay, with the rings on both hands, you feel there's a little bit of something, but it's minor enough that you can't really identify exactly what it is until MD finally ends up handing you over the clothes while you're kind of playing with the 2 thumb rings, and he hands them to you, and it occurs to you, you don't have a dominant hand. You feel ambidextrous.
Oh my gosh. Give me pencils. Watch this. Yes, I just start going crazy.
Start your sentence at the end
Look
and
at
the
this,
beginning.
look at this.
I left no ring with her. A joke nobody watching is gonna get. That's an insider. We'll
am
talk
the
about it in
man.
the post show. We'll talk about that one in the post show for the patrons.
She didn't do it today either. That's what's funny.
Oh yeah.
She did not do. Oh, I don't know. I was in the bathroom. Anyway,
Oh my gosh. God, look at that. I can really go.
So, anyways, getting the clothes on her.
Oh,
Hands up, arms up.
Swamp.
Look like
They
a
are-
child dressed as a ghost for
so
Halloween.
it's kind of like a heavy, like woolen cotton traveling shirt that the sleeves are definitely way too long for you, and so is the shirt. It's human sized.
Yeah.
It's
We just cut them off.
not sized
Yeah,
for
I was about to say, I
particularly
just cut 'em
large
off.
human, but yeah, you can certainly just cut through it. The shirt
Okay.
does. It's hard to cut through. It doesn't look like it should be, but from the magic of the runes, it takes a much more effort to saw through than you would expect it to.
I have a razor that is a +1 razor, sir.
It's fair. The +1. I counter your +1 with my +1 of my own. Chop. That's no fair. Probably cancels out. Probably about as hard as it'd be to cut through regular shit with a regular knife. So there we go. And
Still not easy.
No.
the pants are a little bit thicker, a little bit sturdier. Just kind of like tanned leather breeches, not heavy enough to be armor, but again, sort of traveling clothes. They're both a bit thicker. Also, way too long for you. I imagine.
Cut 'em
MD would
short.
Have you cut short.
how do I look?
Fabulous.
Wearing these, you would have just a +1 to your AC.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's waiting some options
Just,
over here.
just
gonna
no
be-
conditions. You have it just +1 rune in your clothes now.
As much as I would like you to have it, she has like -3
No, this
AC.
is fine. It's just gonna be real weird when we run into Reese and we're all dressed. We all have a little bit of her clothes. She's just gonna be like, okay.
We're cosplaying.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
we all
dress
you
up
can be
in-
us. And we all leave one
So-
item. Let's all leave one personal item.
Yeah.
Can I do a read aura of my my cloak and my
Yes,
boots?
if you want to try to identify what they do any more specifically, that takes 10 minutes. That's an
Oh.
activity that takes some time because you have to kind of sit there and focus and sort of try to unravel the magic that's laid into it and to determine what it is that it does.
I mean,
Okay, we'll do
All
that later.
4 of us can try to identify, though.
I cannot.
You don't have any of the
we want
4?
to take 10 minutes. We don't
I am
wanna-
not trained in any magical ability whatsoever. And it's going to be 3
Three-
hours.
can
three of us
cast
can
If you
try.
want to take 10 minutes,
Yeah,
three
we-
you can each attempt to
Are we
identify.
okay with
Sure.
that?
Yeah.
All I know for now is that this cloak makes no noise.
All right.
You seem
so
like
you have
shake it
the,
around,
You have the
it's-
cloak and the boots, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you trying to identify? Because they are 2 bespoke magic items. They're separate.
I'm gonna look at the cloak. I like how it makes no noise when I
I'll
shake
check the boots.
Yeah, it doesn't like it
like a
doesn't make any kind of a
Yeah.
rustling sound. It is silent as it moves through the air.
I'm just going to pick up
That's me.
the... Oh, yeah.
So what
just-
is the modifier that you're using?
I can use occultism, right?
Yep, you can use occultism.
+9.
+9. You're not sure more specifically what it does. It's a subtle enchantment, which it's light and it's fairly simple, but it's not strong enough to easily be able to like pull out parts of this aura and identify what they're for. Beyond the obvious, there's not much more you can determine other than this is probably some intended for some kind of stealth or infiltration. Most likely, is it makes no sound, and it's clearly an aura that's leaning something that direction.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna be like,
specifics elude you.
Trey, look over there, and then I'm gonna go and hide inside the wardrobe.
It does not silence the sound of the wardrobe opening. So,
That's what she used to break into our
I'm
house.
gonna hide between clothes. And
what are you identifying?
Boots.
Boots. What's your modifier?
10.
Meanwhile, Trey's looking at your shoes.
my shoes are.
What
sticking
are
out of
those?
I just open up the wardrobe and I see like from here down.
And you can actually unfold one further on the boots. Trey would maybe hand it to Trey and
let
have
Trey
him
do it.
unfold
Let
it one
Trey do it.
further.
Yeah.
Because he'd be able to determine a little more about what that enchantment specifically does.
Long arms.
You
Long
can't
arm
see
voice.
me, Trey. Anybody could be in this wardrobe.
Well, enhance your agility to deal with any terrain.
Well, okay.
All terrain.
I'm
vehicle.
All terrain boots.
I'm
All
already-
terrain easy.
I'm already kind of good at that, though. So,
You would also notice something a little interesting as you're looking across that, which is that though they are bespoke items, the boots and the cloak have strangely similar, almost interconnected magical auras.
I know what these are.
I know you do. And
As soon
while
as you
this is
said
happening-
that, as soon as you said
while
that,
this is happening, are you playing with your little thummy rings
Yeah.
still? What's the modifier would you be using?
For occultism still?
Whatever, it's any magical tradition you want. So if occultism is your best, you can also identify with religion or arcana
No.
or nature. but-
13. 13, please.
Okay. You can unfold yours all the way. You can
at least two of us
I
know
don't
what
have
we're
a-
doing.
This is the one I'd make. All right, well, this worked out because it critically
All the
succeeded.
way?
So now I don't have to make one. Easy. Because you critically succeeded.
Rings of
These
doubling.
are doubling rings.
Yeah.
They are rings that will functionally duplicate enchantments and enhancements on a weapon wielded in one hand to the weapon wielded in your other hand.
Oh.
So you don't have to have runes on both of them. They will just mirror across.
There's no
like
more
an
dual
MD.
weapon fighter
oh,
attacks.
you should put these on.
you need both of them on?
You need to have both of them on, and it's a very
Pinky rings.
If their thumbs.
they're like first knuckle pinky rings. It's like up over your pinky nails.
It looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Bang Bang could probably get them expanded.
But yeah, with that it's rings of doubling. You know what those are. You know, we all know doubling rings is the good
And
time.
Those are a lovely item.
They're real
The
good.
first edition dual weapon fighter tax was pretty hefty.
It was pretty rough. Doubling rings were a great addition to 2E.
Yeah, now we can transfer some runes again.
But with the three of you working together, that was only. You've probably been in this room. You came in for a bit, looked around, maybe 15 minutes total. You've spent around a room that almost certainly in Izzy's mind, Reese has spent some time in. These are almost definitely her things.
Not anymore.
The fit of the shirt, while oversized, and the pants is feminine. They're well made. They're very well tailored. But she's not really one to skimp on things. Everything you've seen her or Melisson with has been nice. It's been finery.
Not
Though
now.
Melison's used it very simple, save for her little diadem thing.
Interesting. And then you said, I feel like these two are a pair, like they work together? Okay.
Hey, Trey, do you still have Red Destiny on you?
Yeah.
Hand you the non-magical sword.
I don't remember if we talked about this on camera, but we, just to be sure, we are slowly adapting the remaster information that we know. So, like, as a ruffian rogue, you can sneak attack with anything you provision with. So you can sneak attack with a longsword, because like that's going to be coming in
Happy
like
birthday.
like literally
Happy
one
birthday.
day.
Birthday.
D8 and
Yeah,
under.
anything you can wield
Yeah.
D8
and
alone.
long
We're
swords,
kinda-
which is longsword.
We're kind of like extrapolating our own.
We're getting the
We're
logic. I mean,
adapting.
maybe we'll be wrong, but that seems like it's pretty obviously where that's going.
I'm about
So
to get
for
my
now,
world rocked from
You
the
about to
internet.
get your world rock, little witch. We're gonna see some stuff.
I can't wait to have all new rules.
Yeah, I can't wait to learn a whole new character.
Please.
I'm scared.
I didn't think there were any changes for fighter.
I will. We'll see. I think it's literally
Fighter's
tomorrow.
perfect.
I think it goes out to subscribers, so I think I'll have it tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh,
That I
what?
can start looking through it. Yeah, then
Excellent.
we'll learn. They'll tell you how much more stuff you have to. Or it's Monday. I think it might be Monday actually.
Okay,
It'd be
It's
weird
soon.
if-
It's really
yeah.
soon. Anyway,
it's coming.
with someone, Reese's kit maybe. You have gotten a bundle of new fancy things that have just been left here.
How many knives?
6.
Okay.
Cool.
I have them.
Yeah, just for the purpose of keeping track.
So you hand him Red Destiny, you hand him a belt with 6 knives.
Hey, he has his favorite pokey stick.
Yeah, I got my pokey stick.
You don't need a knife. You got a big spear.
I
It's
got the
nice.
Which
kebab.
is like a knife on the end of a stick.
Exactly. It's like a long
Mine's
knife.
not a knife on the end of a stick. Mine is a block of metal in the form of a wedge.
A knife.
I don't. It's not a knife.
We're
It's a-
walking.
it's
It's a sword. It's a pokey sword.
It's a
There would
poke-
be one more chamber here in the atrium that you could easily access on the left side of the room, which looks like it was probably once a kitchen, just a prep area. That,
Snacks?
Well,
Yeah,
this,
we're pretty
This has
hungry.
been abandoned for quite a while.
It doesn't mean that there's not snacks.
It doesn't, and in
Some
fact,
dates.
there are definitely
The
some
meats.
goods in here. There would be a
McDonald's
crate that
double.
looks like it's newer, packed in parchment with some salted meats and some dried fruits, things that would keep for some time, things that could be left here long term for whoever would need to be staying. Almost assuredly also brought in recently by the cult.
Yeah, we should eat a little bit of that. so we
Anybody
get our
want a little
blood back.
snack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After I give blood, I usually need a snack.
They give you a cookie normally for that exact reason.
You weren't supposed
so-
to be giving blood.
They took too much. They ask you if you wanted to give double. They do that sometimes.
All that would be left
Not fun.
for you to look through of the doors that are not broken or lead to collapsed hallways is the room on the left of the main central chamber, which would open into another courtyard. Mirrored image of the one on the far side. But this one, a path leading through into one of the back wings of the chapel that looks like it is held up a little bit better, that looks like it is still intact. The southern side is the same broken wing that you would have seen from outside that a door would attempt to connect to from the entryway that goes to rubble and nowhere. But the north side looks like it leads to the back of the church, which is still pretty fully intact.
I think you can guess where our they're going that way.
And as you
And-
approach,
Perhaps yell for Reese.
What?
Perhaps yell for Reese.
Sure.
If you think it's her stuff.
Was that room recently occupied, you said?
recently, as in like more recently than the rest of the church.
Okay, not like...
Not
people
like
were
the
here.
bed's still warm, but like
Okay.
they've been here in the last days or weeks, almost assuredly.
Yeah, we can knock.
Before we go in, I'm actually just gonna hand one of these potions of healing I have over to him, just in case.
Could I also get a knife, just in case? And like for sentimentality.
I want a knife. I'll
Everybody
trade
gets a
you.
knife.
You can have my healing potion because you're not giving yours away. I'm not kidding. Hand that over.
Wouldn't it be better for you to keep it in case he goes down? He can't drink it if he's unconscious.
I'm hoping he drinks it beforehand,
And they're
and I'll
lessers.
have a knife.
You have a good trade, fine trade. Lesser healing potion for a knife.
Perfect.
Knives handed out to the children.
Yeah.
It's better than alchemist fire.
What do? You knocking?
Yeah, just knock. Be like, hey, Reese, if you're here, we're wearing your stuff. That's fine.
Just cosplay.
Yeah, we're just in the season. Spooky Chapel. All right, we're coming in.
Then I'll open the door and go in.
This door
Ooh.
is in
Whoa.
fact locked to the outside, but it is. You kick it and it opens anyway. So you go in.
How hard of a kick-in is it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not going to be a hard door to get through. So, hand wave that. We're in the room
This
now.
door is in
And-
fact locked.
It has a chain on it. Like, it's the little
A little
chain.
chain, it just breaks from how hard Trey pushes the door open. Door's open now, and oops,
Here, let
In the back.
me kick in the door for you.
you see.
All right,
No,
I
he
failed to
didn't,
kick in the
but
door.
that's okay. I did.
It's all right. Canby got it. She's the muscle.
Thank you.
You-
It's canon.
You step inside into what was probably a worship hall deeper in the cloister. One a little bit more removed from the central communal areas, from where they would rest and sleep, somewhere that would be for quieter worship. But whatever features were once in this room, furniture or flooring, have been absolutely removed and fully defaced, as the floor of this hall is a litany of arcane sigils and esoteric magical glyphs. You can see bits of wax puddles where candles have just been left to burn down to nothing. You can see
That's a fire hazard.
strange marks for the floor where clawed feet had dug into the stone. You can see an assortment, an array of scintillating colors of different inks and chalks across these sigils and these runes as they interlock and interconnect into an assortment of various patterns. A litany of rituals have been conducted back here in all different little magical fields and glyphs.
Good work, by the way, Whitney.
Many of these, even just from quickly thumbing through that book, the base glyphs, the ones that stabilize these summoning circles, these rituals that connect them outside of Galarian, you would recognize from seeing them repeated so many times throughout the pages. These are certainly the summoning circles used. And with this book to reference, it's possible you may be able to determine something about what they were used for.
Do we want to use the books, or do you want me to ruin this room?
No, use the books. No, I want to use the books.
Does this room look like the room you remembered?
I'm trying to remember.
Looking, this is not definitely does not look like
No.
the room you've had flashbacks. of,
I
no.
don't
That
think
room
so.
was much larger.
Okay.
That was a massive chamber, 60, 80, 100 feet around, like the center of a grand cathedral, with a stela at its center and dozens of you gathered around. This is certainly not that room.
No, that one had a stella.
But many of the icons are oddly similar. And thinking back to that memory and to what you saw on that stone, and even what you saw on the face of the stela up in the park, there's a lot of commonality between the sigils on the face of the stones and the sigils involved in the summoning here. You don't know how we were making that connection because they're not identical. It's not like, oh, that's the same swooply backwards G that's on the backside of the park stela. They're not identical, and they're so intricate and complex. It's difficult. It would be difficult to even look at them and tell that they're in a similar vein or from a similar source, but you know they're related. And you do try to remember. And you do remember something. Not this room, but that other room, that grand chamber. Everyone gathered around. Body having well bled out on the floor in front of the stela. Violin music just quietly echoing through the room. As it slows, getting quieter almost to a stop. You feel upset. Not angry, but sad. Like you're in trouble. Like your parents are about to send you to your room, like you did something wrong. And you're staring at that body and the floor and the feet of Melisson as she storms directly over to you, yelling, shouting, screaming her head off, gesturing, pointing down at you. And everyone around the room, save her, is still. They don't watch. They avert their eyes. Their hoods, easy enough to hide their faces, and you just sit there. Don't look up at her. You don't say anything. Just cry. You know you messed up. But you don't know why. But the words she yells are indistinct. It's something that's happened before, and in your mind almost certainly will happen again. But as she storms off, leaving you there, you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder next to you, just comforting. You're back here in this chamber in the old chapel, still with nothing useful that can come back to you.
Oh. I think I messed it up.
Messed what up?
The ritual. Not this one. The one in the big room from before.
What do you mean? Did you remember something?
Yeah, maybe Melisande has always hated me.
Oh. Well, a reason to kill her.
I would just kind of relay. But
Based on what we know of like places that Stella exist and places that are as large as that room, do we know how to narrow that down?
I'm
With the
gonna.
ones that you know, the ones you found are all like outside.
I'm
They're in parks, they're in
gonna make
fields,
the
they're coming out of the ground.
assumption that it's on the hill.
Iris
In
Hill,
the manor.
probably.
Yep, in the
Mm.
manor. Because this is all reeking of the Count. All
I
of
mean,
us.
I haven't seen the count.
Yeah, he hasn't been in any of our memories.
All of us worked for him, though. All of us were involved in some way.
It also seems like he was a big idiot, though. Maybe
He-
Melisand's always been in charge.
She is his, what was it?
Yeah.
Seneschal. I mean, think about it. You giving me lists of people who have no connection to the town that won't be missed. You torturing people. Where did they come from?
Where did they go?
And Trey being in the guard, being Trey.
Gotta have no evidence, no leads to follow, I guess.
His role in all this at the moment certainly seems less.
I was the
Clear.
leader.
It was me the whole time. I was the Star Stella.
But either way,
I am Neruzavan.
let's focus on what's important. Getting whatever's in Cammy's head out of it and figuring out what's going on here. Hopefully Melisand's stupid enough to leave us some clue.
Yeah, should we, like what Trey said, should we just disrupt this room? Like smash all the runes?
No. I think we should at least try to figure out what they're summoning. How many rituals look like we could have done in this room? How many different?
There are 8 distinct summoning circles laid out across the room. Some of them clustered together in groups, some of them standing alone and distinct.
Because if we can figure out what they're summoning, it might give us an idea of what we're going up against.
Yeah.
I can make an assumption that whatever we fought back there came from one of these circles. Same for the foyer.
Okay.
Can we look at that book real quick, maybe? And thank you. I'll just
Looking
kind of.
through this main tome, a couple of these you have additional knowledge on because you've seen them, you've fought them. The creatures just inside the door, the insectile vulture things, and that tentacled monstrosity from the main chamber. Knowing what those are, having a starting point of somewhere to look, makes it not easy, but you two are both fairly well versed in magic. And with some time, would be able to arrive at their origin points, which would be this room. Additionally, this tome would allow you to identify what they were. The things you had found in that first chamber, Byaki, they are
How do you
flying
spell
Byakhee. Yeah, you literally have a book, so I'll give you spellings. Byaki are bloodthirsty beings from other worlds. They're not of Galarian, and you think nothing in this book is. They are minor. They are lesser. As the tome seems to imply, they are fairly easy to subjugate or control as they are weak-willed. Matching up the information, the glyphs from the book with the floor, shows you a site where it looks like 4 of them were summoned in. 4 that you had slain lines up.
All right, we disrupted this one. We don't need it anymore.
These summoning rituals, these contacts, they are intricate and they are specific. They are even in small ways attuned to appeal to individuals of whatever it is you're trying to contact. They're not reusable easily. I'm not saying don't disrupt it, but I'm just saying like summoning 4 Byakis takes 4 ritual circles. They couldn't just pull a infinite number of vulture beasts out of one. They needed a quartet of circles to pull in 4 of them.
Thank goodness. That'd be awful.
And this is not, so these are not like gateways that will just continue to pour forth monsters into the world. They are spent.
That's what
All of them are.
That's what Galarian needs. Gateways to the outer worlds.
In each of these circles, you can see points of power, intersections, nexi in the sigils, where it looks like a little bit of the stone has been burned. Hot enough to even melt a tiny pit into the floor of the room. And referencing your book on the circles for these Byakis, you can tell that is where energy was focused through the onyx crystals, which were destroyed in the process. All of their power used to focus and conduct this magic. The second you would find, again because you have a reference, would be the site where they summoned in a star vampire. Star vampire is the thing from the central chamber. They are moderately potent, not particularly remarkable, but certainly a grade higher, both in power and in their intelligence and their understanding than these Byaki. That thing is a creature that could think, that could communicate, that had a personality. It was a being, and what it seems to be, on the whole, a very wise one. You see 2 circles that were used to summon Star Vampire.
So that's 6 circles, so there's 2 that we don't know of.
The 2 left are both
There's another one.
independent. They are alone. They are connected to nothing. You have a pair of Star Vampires, a quartet of Byakis, and 2 much stronger, much more intricate sigils. But with nothing that, unless something comes to your mind to compare it to, it will take an occultism check to attempt to reference out in the book what they might have been used for.
I'll make one.
Out of my wheelhouse.
I mean, there's nothing saying more than one of us can.
Yeah, I'll try.
I mean, this is like a group effort. I would let people aid, but only one main role. So like Cammy can help you.
Cammy can't help him.
She can't be helped.
Or she can't be
She
helped.
can help.
Okay.
She can't be helped. So if you want to use your occultism to try to aid him
Sure.
and focus it that way, you can do that. But you don't want anyone messing with your thoughts.
Mine is my occultism is 19.
Doesn't help, doesn't hurt.
6 on the die, 19.
And I will get a 13 total.
This first one you look at, you're not sure. It could be any number of things. It seems to be around the same, like a little bit stronger than the Star Vampire. But again, this tome has a lot of runes and a lot of sigils, and it's really difficult to connect what specifically is used for what because the sigils, the summoning circles are so customized. There's one left. Definitely the most powerful, the largest of all of them. If you want to try for that one as well.
Sure. If we're rolling, then we're rolling separately if you want to make a check. Because I can't aid you.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you. Can we make
Who wants to
2
do it?
separate checks?
I can try it.
You can make 2 checks. I'll make 2 checks.
Okay.
Miss
have
Paranoid doing
books.
her own thing.
Yeah, you're both kind of referencing this book together. Sort
I'll
of.
spend my hero point on that.
There you go.
I know.
That is
There you
from-
go.
That's from Scott in South Dakota.
Got!
Oh, that's a little worse. That's okay. 3 on the die, so it's a 16.
29. Got a 19.
Nice.
Monster Man here is weirdly good at this. He can't read the magical arcana in the book. He doesn't know magic, but
I know
what you're
weird
looking
stuff.
through is almost a bestiary at this point. It's like a
It's an address
interplanetary
book.
phone book, kind of. Yeah, like it sort of is. It is half these rituals to summon in contact and half like an encyclopedia of beings. And there is one that you find that looks like it matches this circle here. Again, significantly more powerful than the Star Vampire, the Byakis, and the Unknown Circle. It is something with no proper name, simply referred to as a keeper of the sign. This being
It's Mr. Cheeks.
could pass as a human. It's humanoid. To the untrained eye, it would look like little more than an exceptionally large, kind of bulbous man.
Flasher.
Oh.
It's the same sign I remember seeing on his chest.
That sign would not be present in the book,
Okay.
but you would know that these are among one of the highest order of beings that this tome has the means to contact and to summon. They are not just exceptionally powerful, they are also far more intelligent and understanding than a human. They are super beings. And they have an incredible affinity for something called a yellow sign. It's mentioned, but not depicted.
And all of these circles have been used.
All these circles have been used.
And so there was 2 Star Vampire circles, right?
2 Star Vampire
And we fought
circles.
one.
Yep.
And I don't like blood, and I'm really worried about fighting another one. So can I look through that bestiary and try to see like a weakness, what these things like?
They would have some information, a little. It's less. It's not like a monster hunting guide. It's for contact. So most of the details would be about their society, their
He's
existence, how they think,
He's allergic to pistachios.
how to appeal or how to appeal to or how to subjugate.
Oh yeah,
one
how
of
were they
them.
initially tamed?
And Scott and South Dakota need to replenish the amazing Cammy.
Oh, thank you.
Put that right back down.
Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Class might.
I have a friend.
This is
named
what I
Scott.
trained for.
Who's out of hero points? You? Now all will have one again. The CTOs. Passing one down to Derp
I got another one from Luzerios.
I have a friend named Scott. I like to call him Piscotti.
Catch your
He
breath. Just take a moment, then get back in there.
The main thing you would find about the Star Vampires is that they are very dependent on consumption of sentient blood. It has to be sentient blood. They're not drinking blood like a vampire bat or even really like a ghoul. Their nourishment is not derived from the blood itself, but from the wisdom behind it, from the parts of the soul that are still attached to that blood, that linger with it. They almost feed more on the mind through the blood than they do the blood itself. And that being so critical to them, make me an occultism check.
$21.
With 21, you could suss out that they would probably be weak to bleeding damage, which is
Okay.
the worst thing for you to hear. But that losing that blood, especially that they've already collected, is going to be extremely painful to them.
Okay. And then, like, do they take offerings? Like, do they only want it from someone like directly, or like if you had a vial of it, would they appreciate it as a gift?
That level of
You don't know.
the specificity is hard to tell. This is a fairly like esoteric tome. It's far from like the
Okay.
clinical detail of like a medical treatise you'd find in Briarstone or something.
Sure. But so they don't have a like how to make them work
How
for
to
you.
feed your star vampire?
No,
that's
okay.
not so much in there.
What the heck?
If
That's
you
like
give a star vampire,
like a
Their
cookie.
summoning, their summoning circle does involve a lot of blood. There is a lot of blood offered in the ritual to contact them.
So we should break this one.
yes, yes.
And there's one more out there.
Oh, we'll be
Yep.
fine. We killed the first
Do we
one.
need to break it? It's already been used.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. I
Well,
mean,
Captain Raising Spear is going to
Yeah.
spear the things with the raising.
Scratching through the stone floor here is no difficulty for you at all.
That's right,
as
Trey was
Yeah,
here.
Trey in
Scrape
all
and
capitals.
rip across the surface of this.
The blood letters with a little asterisk next to it was here.
No, this chamber doesn't really seem. It's only got one other way through it. It doesn't. It connects into the western wing, and poking your head in that door as little as it would open would seem like it still leads to the same kind of destroyed hall. This is about the most sequestered place this chapel has in its current state, and other than the ruined wings to the east and the west, none of you saw any obvious other place to go, any other part of the building that seems intact on your way through. This is just kind of the back. This is what they were doing.
So we go home.
Might as well. Report back what we found.
You got knowledge, at least.
And we got their book and their clothes.
And a lot of their summoning supplies and their tome. And this book does seem like it's probably pretty important to continuing to do summoning rituals like this. With that in hand, there is little left but for the group of you to make your way back out. You have survived the old chapel. You pass back through the courtyard and into the main chamber.
We did.
And as you head towards, and now knowing that the double doors at the south end of this chamber just connect back through the entryway, probably just heading right towards there, you would hear a sound from the other side of those doors. You would hear a heavy wooden thud of the doors closing and a metallic click of a latch, followed by heavy boot steps clicking on the wooden floor of the entryway, coming towards the other side
Yeah, at the courtyard, at the courtyard.
of that door.
Go at the courtyard.
Yeah, we go out the courtyard.
Yeah, go at the
We
courtyard.
jump the
It
fence.
is
we
here.
No,
We'll take
no,
our
no,
next
we're going out the
break.
courtyard. No, we're going out the courtyard. No,
We're running
no.
We're gonna stand up, stretch our legs, feel free to grab some snacks, get some drinks. It's gonna be about 10 minutes. When we return, it sounds like we are hurrying for the courtyard here, away from whatever is coming on the other side of that door. I think we might have some idea. Don't go too far, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. As we left off, we heard somebody approaching through the front door, the only direct means in and out of this building that we've found, and big, heavy steps coming towards the double doors leading into the room where we all are. As
Each of
we
those boots weighs more than you.
standing around next to a little bit of early gas here. As we've awoken, Easy's heart is broken.
Oh.
Perhaps he could use his hero's token. Take that, and then
Thanks, next
who's getting this right now? Who standing here in this chamber? Give me the name, and then tell me who
Oh.
who we see.
So it's tumble past. Behind you. Now work well for a nimble, humble human bard. Just a
an
regular,
average man.
average, normal limerick saying.
Gosh.
Afraid
Sounds
of
like
blood.
cliche.
Just
Oh.
normal things.
Crusty.
Yeah, just trying
Regular
to-
guy with the violin.
Yeah, a
So
little
regular-
pale and could use a few pints of blood.
That's just his
How about you?
dandruff.
You see a 6'8" large, full-blooded orc covered in ritualistic scarring, very pale, and can use a few pints of blood and probably ale.
Remarkably in good condition, you see a hobgoblin man in full plate with a slightly misshapen helmet for his football head, who has almost been untouched this entire time. Is in pretty good spirits. He's ready for whatever's come through
Having
that
a
door.
great time here.
And then you would see Cammy, an itty bitty gnomish witch who's currently running for her life.
And all of you, as I think you've probably surmised, whatever your reactions are, it's time to roll initiative.
Can I use occultism? Because I was thinking about.
This is definitely
He was daydreaming.
a reaction. Cammy,
14 on the die, 26.
pretty good. Trey,
I got a 21.
not bad.
Could be worse.
MD.
Could be better.
I rolled a 20 on the die
Oh.
for a 30 total.
Let's natural 20.
Natural
I
20.
rolled a natural 7. So 18.
We got a real striation here.
And this guy's heavy boots makes him so slow.
Everyone's very split
Makes him so slow till he comes in with a 37.
on their initiatives.
Objective survive.
Objective flee.
He's gonna get a 31.
I thought you were about to
Oh,
say
out of here.
With a
37.
natural 20 bumps
40?
you up a level of
Is it
success or
31.
I thought you said 41. I
No,
was like,
This is the best
why
I
are we even
You got the
here?
best I could get.
something? And he
I
rolled-
also rolled
My
pretty high.
heart.
He rolled a
I could have
3.
sworn.
I will put on the record this die is starting to like me a little bit more.
Oh my gosh.
You brought
dude.
attention to it,
You
now
would
it hates you.
hear the footsteps approach, and then the wood of the door as the double doors open wide, revealing a figure somewhat cut off by the door frame. It's so tall. The one that EZ has seen before.
Hello again.
Wearing a heavy black coat, a massive, near 9 foot tall man stoops down, one hand holding his head as he ducks under the door frame
Gotta protect that.
into the room and looks
This
across
is just Mr. X.
the group of you. I really considered naming this episode X, gonna give it to you. Looking across the group of you with his blank yellow eyes. As he straightens back up, he goes to reach out towards the figure nearest, but takes all of his actions just to get into the room. MD.
Oh, well,
Be reaching for Trey, probably just because he happens to be right in front of him.
we're gonna do some science. I'm gonna use a normal move to get behind him.
Okay?
I'll use my body for science.
And he just picks you up and folds you into a basketball and then shoots a hoop.
He doesn't
Cammy,
even acknowledge you as you move around behind him.
Cammy, easy, get back now.
You don't have to tell me twice.
And I'm gonna just do a normal swing with. I've drew out Red Destiny and the Razor. The Razor
Okay.
in my main hand, Red Destiny. Yeah.
You would certainly have had time to
Yeah.
pull weapons as you heard him coming.
And we're gonna swing first with Red Destiny. And see what kind of thing we're fighting. 13 on the die, so 27 total.
27 will hit his flat-footed.
Does he take precision damage? For this handful of dice. 6, 14, 6, 10, 14, 17. Oh my god. 22.
All right. You circle around behind him, raise Red Destiny, and just embed this blade in his back. All of you hearing the thud of a sword connecting with heavy flesh. It just right into him, and you wrest it free. He doesn't shudder. He doesn't stop. He takes 22 damage. You see it chop through his coat, and you can see it oozing. But he doesn't even react to 22 damage.
Trey, be careful. Not that I have to tell you to be careful. We're going to swing with the knife next. Kind of aiming for the exact same spot. It's very quick succession. It's going to be a total of I have it written down. 19.
Yeah, swinging up with that knife, you're just going to catch this big, heavy cloak he's got billowing out behind him, barely scratching his skin. Cammy, your immediate reaction from this is to turn to bolt. You were calling for your party to run for the courtyard.
Yep.
But as you go to turn, you hear a voice
No.
speak to you.
No.
Edelmay.
No. Not right now. Not right now.
Edelmay, focus. Try to remember. If you can recall anything, you know we cannot let them interfere with this. and you feel something
No.
back in your head.
No. Oh my gosh, no.
Make me a will save.
No, I don't want to. I don't know. God.
I mean, you don't have to roll
You
it.
can let her do what she's gonna do, but
Okay.
You have a hero point?
Hazelmate, focus. You know we cannot let them stop this. Everything we worked for.
What's your roll?
It's a 12 on the die. Would be a 24.
You have a hero point?
Go down.
That's what I'm
Last time
thinking.
it went down.
I wouldn't dare say that's worth re-rolling.
I would say it's worth re-rolling.
Thank
You. But-
Because sure, it could go down, but I'm pretty confident.
That's
We
no
know-
way that's not. There's no way that's not.
Yeah.
You know
Okay,
how
thank
hard it is to
you.
remove the spell.
2.
What the panic? Oh,
No, it's okay. It's okay. This might have been helpful actually a couple of seconds ago. Thank you to Scott in South Dakota.
Frantically
I was
reading
like,
your
oh
cards.
well, in
Oh, right.
hindsight, I should. Okay.
Like, oh crap.
That's better. That's better. That's
Okay,
better.
okay.
Okay. So then that is 17 on the die. It's 29. No.
29 will succeed.
See? It was worth.
A 24 absolutely would have failed.
Don't listen to me.
With a 29, you feel this activate and you feel this compulsion to turn, to stop them. But you focus absolutely everything you have. You are slowed 1 this turn.
Okay.
As you basically spend 1 action just resisting Melisand's compulsion
I could hear the breathing.
Oh my gosh.
as you push it out of your mind.
It's gone.
It's gone.
We did it.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh,
Still gonna kill her when we see
And
her.
what's better is you did it all on your own.
oh my god.
Thank you, Scott in South Dakota.
Two
Yeah.
actions
I'm slowed.
left.
Don't care. Oh, what? Wait, does it matter? Probably not right. Hold on.
Slow just means you have 2 actions left.
I was investigating.
Sure, I'll give you an occultism.
okay.
He rolls it.
Oh, yeah, 13. Oh, I'm so, dude.
Take 2 seconds, just a
hey.
big breath.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just a big breath.
Oh, that
You
feels
did
good.
it. It's gone.
The DC was 28.
Oh my
You had a
gosh.
25% chance of success.
Dude.
And you did it.
Looking
Oh,
at this
that's
thing,
huge.
it's hard to focus. I
Yeah.
imagine Cammy has got just as much stress as you do right now. You see MD land this hit and the thing doesn't seem to react, but it looked like it cut into him. The thing is still flesh. It looks to be flesh and bone. Whether or not it feels pain, it can probably be beaten down, and it doesn't look like any particular type of damage is going to be better than anything else.
Okay. Everything's game. Also, my bomb went off, but I'm okay. What's the rest of my turn? I got 1 more action?
2.
That was investigation, so that's free. You have 2 actions. And Nebula 315 to my favorite witch gnome.
Oh my
Can hero
gosh,
point back
thank
in.
you.
Thank you, Nebula 315.
Nebula 315. It's impossible shot. There's no way you can hit me from way over there. Last words of Grepner the Goblin. Why does it say that?
Because that was his last words. This card is in respects to this man giving his life. for the
R.I.P.
effect.
Grepnor. It was a real one.
Pour one out.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you, Nebula 315.
You know what you have to do for Grepnor now.
I do. I know what I'll be doing. First, though, I'm going to. Okay. So, Cammy, overcome with glee, in a state of euphoria, is going to do a little jig. This is roaring applause.
Okay.
I'd like to try and cast this on this man. He will make a will save.
She's just dancing.
As I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
You're doing jazzercises.
33.
Okay, that's okay. I just did a dance though.
She's happy dance.
It was worth trying.
She's very excited. He is very unfazed.
That is my turn.
Trey.
Investigating.
Yes.
Plus 10.
Investigating as well. The plus 10. You can tell from his complete lack of reaction to MD's attack that this creature is going to be phenomenally physically powerful, dramatically beyond you or MD, just in raw actual strength. Don't know what else to give you, really.
That's plenty. Knockdown. As I take the spear and just kind of full body shove myself and it into him. Actually, intimidating glare first as I look up and just match his gaze. And that's not going to succeed on a 7.
Probably not, though.
No, there's 17, no.
Oh, definitely not.
And then knockdown. Yeah.
He's flanked. He's flat-footed.
So that will be a 28, which
28 will hit us
already know that
flat-footed.
hits. And then on top of that, knocking him down. That's a 2 on the die. So 15. Does that critically fail?
Yes.
Doesn't critically fail, as the bronze bull pendant dissipates.
Ooh,
Got a use
fair
out of it.
enough.
I did.
You get a big swing, put all this weight into it, but he is just an immobile monolith.
And he minimum damage. So that will be 2, 6. Yeah, just 6. Because we don't have any of our stuff up yet.
Points on the board. Easy.
Okay. I remember this person. All right, Cammy, I'm glad you beat the brain seed. Everybody don't bleed. We fought the rest, but this monster's the best. Would be nice if we fleed. That's courage.
As he runs.
And then it's going to be like, well, that's a nice hat. It'd be ashamed if someone hit you with a bat. And I'm going to hit him with a table leg because I saw it worked well with King. With telekinetic projectile.
Fair enough. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. 19 plus 11 is 30.
30 will definitely hit.
Just hit.
He's not flat-footed to you.
Oh, okay. Well, that gives us a little bit of information.
Well, he's only flat-footed to people that are flanking him.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him flat-footed. They just treat him as if he was flat-footed. So,
so
you're hitting his
would
full
have
AC.
crit if I was.
Maybe.
Okay.
I guess we'll never
I think
know.
it's more like you barely hit.
Oh no, I took it the other way. Yeah. So 5, 4, 3,
2,
9,
1.
12 plus 4, 16 plus 1, 17.
Okay.
And his
You
hat's
see this
ruined.
table leg fall off and hit him in the side of the head. Whacking his head, he just shunts a little bit. He quickly reaches back up to grab the head with his other hand as he's still reaching out towards Trey here. Just a big, forceful thrust.
Big meaty claw.
Big, meaty claw with this open hand. I'm going to villain point that because I'm stacked.
Oh, you're supposed
got
to
it.
You're
use them
supposed
on
to
the
use it on
bard.
Kevin.
I'm supposed
Yeah,
to
you have to use it on me though.
Honor system. Come
You got
on.
paid 3 to use them on
Hazen
the bard.
truck. I have to get through Trey to get to Kevin.
Oh, that is
okay.
gold. Excuses.
It's going to be a 28. to
It
hit.
does hit.
It wasn't meant for you.
I'm just an obstacle.
He's a
That's
wall.
all you are to
he's
AJ.
in
You
the
just said
way.
that.
Well, both of us are really. We're both designed to be obstacles.
You are going to take 18 points of bludgeoning damage just from the raw impact of this hand as it shoots out, lands, and grabs around your shoulder. This hand is massive enough, it just kind of wraps around the pauldron. You are grabbed as well. He straightens his hat and then just balls up a hand and swings it backwards towards MD.
Ooh.
I see no downsides here. Whether I'm grabbed or he's grabbed, he's flat-footed, so.
25 to hit you.
25 will hit me as I'm just not really paying attention to that.
Seems to make no attempt to move out from flanked. Doesn't even care.
Gonna hurt.
You are going to take 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
I got the
from
good
this
side of this
back
deal.
fist.
Dude, why do I always get the bad side of this? What?
Oh my gosh.
MD.
Minus 1.
Sure.
I'm trying to do math in my head. Oh my god, that hurt. Cammy, easy. Y'all need to move Trey. We need to stay out of his reach as long as possible.
He's just got this hand over Trey.
Stay
Trey,
out of his
break
reach.
the grab.
Like a weird melty hand.
Trey,
It's
break the grab.
Very like bulbous, almost morbidly swollen. Like the skin of it just kind of drooping from the back of the hand down over the thumb that reaches out from the coat, grabbing onto you.
As this is, I'm gonna swing at the arm. As his arm is coming back, I'm gonna take a swing at it with Red Destiny. I like Red Destiny. Red Destiny rolled a 9 on the die, so that's a total of a 23.
23 will not hit his flat-footed.
Julio, that was all a trick of the eye. As the Tatterman's razor comes up for the previous wound that I have on him, just make the cut deeper, right? For 14 on the die for 24 total. 25 total.
5 will hit his flat-footed.
Cool.
A razor flipping up and slicing through. He's a little occupied hitting you guys.
Cool. So it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, Backstabber, 18, Inspired Courage, 19.
Nice.
And then for my final action, I'm going to make good on my word and take a step back.
Putting a little distance. While he is tall, he's not so large that it looks like he can reach you 10 feet away. He's like 8.5 feet tall. He's big, but he's not that big. You step back out of range of this fist.
Cammy, move.
Sorry. Okay. So I just have slowed for.
That was just for that one round. Yeah, because it was that one turn. On a regular success, you're spending an action fighting her off. You're fine now. You're slowed one for one round. That's gone.
Oh, okay then.
Back to normal.
Oh, well, okay then, because I was doing some planning. I was worried about that, but not anymore. I'm going to step back.
What kind of back?
How far back?
I'm gonna
How
kind of
much
come
back?
over to the right here, passing by easy.
Running
Just
under the
seeing-
chairs.
Sort of over, like, towards the door, like.
I'll crouch behind one of the chairs, kind of like putting it in front of me. Sitting there, just like to the back of the chair. And from there, I'll be like, okay, no, I move back. You got this, though. You're going to do really great. That stroke the heart.
You can also take cover.
You
Just
can
in
use an
case.
action to take cover is an action.
I think that
Because
I'm
you only have one left.
I think I'm okay. I don't. Well, yeah, because I think I'm going to pull out my knife. And I'm ready.
Gotta get you. That's right. You've got this massive hand on you.
Can't back off when he's holding me.
I'm going to enter Dread Marshal stance.
Okay.
I'm sure an 18 on the die succeeds
Yes.
that DC.
As you-
What is the DC?
The
Because I might
DC
critically
is
succeed.
20.
So 1 off critically succeed.
As you focus into this and you kind of narrow your eyes, everyone except MD feels a sort of whispering in your mind, like a voice. Another presence there that's pushing you, that's spurring you forward. And you're sure it's emanating out from Trey.
And I hear it too?
You don't.
Okay. So entering that stance, just getting almost 1,000-yard stare across my face, I will attempt to break out. I can use a athletics check.
Athletics or an
unarmed.
attack roll.
I'll use an attack roll.
That's versus athletics DC.
They're both the same number because it's not the
I mean, it's versus his
kebab.
athletics DC,
Yeah.
right?
8 on the die, 21.
21. You try to use your spear to lever out and wrench. This grip is the iron. He has got a hold of your breastplate firmly.
Well, if you
Wriggling
won't
out
let
of this,
go,
designed not to be wriggled out of.
Yeah.
I'll just make you regret it.
Intimidating strike.
Okay. You have one action left, right?
Yeah, no, stance is 1 action.
Yep.
So,
Regular strike.
yes, regular strike.
At the,
Oh, no, combat grab, because why not?
Sure.
Grab him back.
Yeah, just, ha!
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm not.
26.
Is that with the multiple attack penalty?
27. Oh, yeah, that is a...
Escaping is an
So 22, and he's not flat-footed. It's 23.
Yeah, 23. You try and reach out and just kind of grab at his coat, but his arm is much...
I haven't tried to get out of a grapple in a long
His
time.
arm is much longer than yours, and you're kind of at a bit of a disadvantage for sure there. Easy.
Okay, well, so I'm gonna be like, all right, well, this guy's a creep. He, what a freak. He really looks stoic. I miss our friend Loic.
Oh,
And-
man.
Wow, okay. The deep cut.
Dang.
If this
His mind is
been a-
out there somewhere.
That's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, I miss him. And if he approach, then away I leap. So that's courage. Think of our friend Loic, and then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna run back to the door that leads outside. It was to the right. I'm just gonna be next to the door in case I need to escape, and then I'm gonna demoralize him. I'm gonna be like, Sir, your hat is tacky, and you're you're nothing but Melison's lackey.
Ooh.
Oh,
make an
that's
intimidate
that's
check.
hard.
Ooh.
Okay, 16 plus to intimidate, so 20.
20 total?
Yeah, shaking.
Well, you're
his
not
little-
trained.
You're not trained to intimidate.
I try.
When's the
Easy is
last
not
time you-
intimidating.
He's not an intimidating
When's the
guy,
last time
man.
you were intimidated
He-
by someone speaking in
Yeah,
limericks?
you call this limerick out to him, and if it phases him at all, he doesn't show it. This grip on your breastplate, you hear the metal crunch a little bit, and you feel your feet leave the ground. As he grunts
I just
with
get picked up like a
exertion,
claw machine.
picks you up and turns around and just pitches you bodily at MD.
Whoa, that's rude.
Oh, no. That is bad.
And now you hear the voices.
Oh, I hear the voices. Trey screaming.
Trey's the strongest person I know. How can you just throw?
We're not
Villain
obstacles
points
to
are for
easy.
They're
Villain
for
points
the
are for easy.
bard.
25 to hit.
25 to hit. Can I call shenanigans?
To hit.
Can I call shenanigans? I'm going to call shenanigans on this
Dodging all
play.
these villain points.
Wait,
So
am I
I
not
just-
being attacked?
I just hold up my arm to catch him.
Am
He's
I-
being attacked.
I'm the
You're
projectile.
being thrown. You are the weapon.
You weaponized Trey.
I'm sorry. Is he proficient in that?
You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into each other. He pitches you and turns around and fixes his gaze on Cammy.
No,
What? No,
don't
but-
do that. Don't do that. No,
No, but
please.
I
I'm out.
insulted-
I'm so far away.
I insulted
Oh,
his hat,
wait,
though. He should
no.
be mean.
He gets poked
He does get poked.
because I have reach.
Can you poke him like real good? Because I don't.
I can poke him real good.
Yep, I made fun of his
There you
hat,
go.
though.
I
He
poked
should-
him real good. He's now clumsy 1 because that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
I get this card. I haven't read it yet.
You do. Ooh, he's going for Cammy.
yeah.
This activates the party's defense instincts.
This made everything worse.
Oh, no.
No.
He's bleeding now.
No.
Oh, dude, come on.
You said poke him hard. I poked him hard.
You
He just-
poked him hard, nat 20. He thrusts, and you stick out, and you hear this spear
Oh,
squelch.
no.
And you see it sink like a couple inches.
This made everything worse.
What?
This is normal damage.
Is it instead of crit?
Instead of crit, do normal damage, 2d6 bleed.
6 bleeds a lot of bleed.
But that's... So, okay, 10, 14, 17 damage.
17 points of damage.
Because it's a normal hit. That would have been a 34.
A huge thrust. You see this spear sink inches into his back. And his step stutters a little, and he glances back over his shoulder, and then
Can't
turns
ignore
back
me.
towards Cammy and
Oh, come on, I
absolutely
didn't do
ignores you.
anything yet.
And watching him just walk this off is terrifying.
Oh, no.
I need everyone to make a will save.
Do I make a double because I saw blood? Do I make it twice?
They do
Oh,
the
he's
same
not-
thing. So
that's
make the
cocked.
first one for him,
He's
and
not
then if
bleeding
you pass
yet.
that one, I'll give you a
That
second
one's
one.
not.
Okay, I gotta. Was it will save?
Yes.
15.
15?
Well, you know what? The way you said it.
No, I was just like, I was
way
like,
you
in,
said
the way,
it.
I was just in disbelief that
Kinda
the
hurt my
number was like, is that what you
feelings.
rolled, or is it like the total? No, I guess you just rolled by like a 3.
the way you said it.
I'm gonna
I was just surprised that the number was that low.
Okay.
I got a 3 on the die, and I don't want that.
Thank you.
I'm
Max Tooth.
re-rolling.
I'm gonna do that again.
I thought you were.
All right. So 18.
18. Hey, that took you out of critical fail.
Don't forget you have your own Inspire Courage.
Oh, that's a save against a fear effect.
This is a fear effect, yes.
So that's well, one more than that. So 19. 19.
Whee! 13 on the die. What is my will? 24 total.
Regular failure.
Fear effect?
Yes.
Then 18.
Regular failure.
Kind of think maybe I want to spend this now, but I don't feel like that's super fair. It was a 22.
All of you fail. You're all frightened 1.
No,
just
I'm not.
Not you.
Hey.
But everyone else is frightened 1, which is the same effect that you would have.
So don't roll the blood
Don't
one?
worry about the bleed save yet. As you watch him just walk away from this and up to Cammy. And his gaze focused on you, and as he walks up, just a big fist balled up and just swings down
No.
underhanded
Gosh, no, why
towards
me?
the gnome.
But I made fun of his hat. He should have me.
Wait. Would you say that I'm about to take damage from an attack, spell, or other effect?
Just to hit you first, but I mean probably.
And you haven't
Or,
heard of
well, try that first, and then. But I'm gonna.
So
Well, I
don't
do
roll
a
a
close
1.
now.
He's a villain point.
Is that a 1?
Come on!
Cammy's not an obstacle to me.
I think you're gonna take damage from a effect.
So
spell
I'm
it.
gonna just really quickly. Don't mind me. Please. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's it.
She throws herself into the punch.
It is a 34 to hit.
So that will crit.
Huh?
That would have crit me.
That's with his multiple attack penalty.
The good news
Crit
is he
too.
can't double crit you.
Yeah, but Cammy doesn't have enough health. Cammy's tiny.
You are going to take 40 points of bludgeoning damage as this fist slams into Cammy, bodily picking her up off the ground, and you hear her crunch into the side of the table as he just looms over her and opens his hand to reach down. MD.
He activated the card.
MD's gonna run at him. And just skip flanking with Cammy and then swing Red Destiny down as hard as he can.
It's bad if I'm in the flanking duo.
I'm not supposed to be providing flanking.
I rolled a 2 with Red Destiny, so we're gonna go back at it with the War Razor. A 13, so it's a 24 total.
24 just
20.
hits his flat-footed.
Yeah, that's with the.
You got it.
Yeah.
No.
Get away from Cammy. Hit me. 5, 9, 10, 14, 15.
Another good slash. As you come up and hit him with that, just the sword just kind of skating across his back, the razor thudding into him again, and you just rip it out. He stumbles, he missteps just a little, and glances back, and then back down towards Cammy. It's your turn.
Cammy,
Oh, yeah.
run.
Okay.
He takes 3 bleed. Does that end?
He takes 3 bleed.
Because it's just persistent.
No.
Fantastic.
Or Cammy.
Somebody walked away from him earlier, and it didn't make anything happen, right? Oh gosh.
Your turn. What do you do?
No.
What's your reaction?
No. Oh, okay.
You just hear MD yell at you to run.
I'm not going to be stoking the heart this turn. I need that action. As I'm getting ready to book it, I'm going to reach out and quickly tap him on the ankle. This is a fortitude save for vampiric touch.
You have become the star vampire.
I know.
20.
That's a fail.
That sounds like a fail.
It's a failure. I didn't think that would work. Oh my gosh. Give me the D6s. Here we go, baby. That's 6d6 of negative damage, and I'll get some temp hit points. And the no, yours are cursed. Never mind. I'm gonna roll these a bunch of
Well,
times.
no, my D6s are fine. It's the D20
Just
you don't
roll them
want to
twice, or just roll them and double.
I've heard a lot of stuff. Okay.
Just roll him. Just roll him. Just roll him.
Okay. Okay. Whoa, that's okay. So far, that's really good. So that's
18.
3 6s, and then I need 2 more.
That's a 4.
Blake.
26.
It's a 0.
What?
26 total.
20. Wait, 3 6s. Is 18? Yes, so 20, 26, 20, 26. Thank you.
Hemophobia is real.
you get half.
So don't look at the blood. Trey's the persistent defender and needs this point. Scott in South Dakota passing this one down. 26 points of damage.
Yes, and I will gain.
And you will gain 13
Yes.
points of health. As what does this look like? What happens to him?
Okay. I am almost like in slow motion as Cammy is like scurrying, like the kind of runaway where like you sort of like hit the ground as you're going. I'm just going to swipe on his ankle, and you would see that spot, and he's already very pale, but just seemed to go white as something shoots up his body.
You see Blue down at the end of your hand. You brush your hand across his ankle, and Blue grabbing onto your hand with his back legs, reaching out with his front hands, channeling this energy directly out of him into him.
Yes.
And his leg buckles a little bit, and he fully staggers down to one side. You got one action left.
I'm running. I'm out. I'm going out the door if I can. Are you kidding? I'm
The
so
door is
gone.
currently closed. But,
I'll open it.
You run up to the door next to Easy as he's kind of in there waiting.
Can I open it? Can I go?
That's another action.
Opening the door down to the corner. I don't know. I'm going as far
far.
away from him as I possibly
Okay,
can.
you can just bolt across the dining room. You can
Yep,
do that.
done. I'll slide over the table. I don't give a single darn. I'm going. I'm out. I'm as far away as a gnome can be.
Trey.
I will move up to his side because I'm only 20-foot movement in full plate. And once there,
I told you not to ignore me.
3 attacks.
You don't have stoke. I'm so sorry.
That
3
is
attacks.
fine.
3 attacks.
2 attacks.
2 attacks.
Yeah, 2 attacks.
He's not hasted.
Got to do the test. That's a 19.
That's a 19.
That's a 19.
Cock test passed.
So 19. 36.
Is that with your frightened?
I'm not
You're
frightened.
not frightened.
Yeah.
36 will critically hit.
Get him.
6, 8, 12, 24.
Solid.
And then another one because I can. That will be a 22, which will miss.
22's not going to hit him.
But I got a solid hit.
You got a big thrust and rush in up at him.
That's what he gets
You
for
see it
ignoring me.
Hit deep. Easy, you're watching the blood, something, pour out of
The
this
viscera.
creature. The spear getting thrust out. You are, at the moment, more afraid of it than you are of the blood. You are frightened one, but it is your turn.
Okay. So reach spell is an action, right?
Yes, it's one action to add ranged and whatever you're going to do.
Okay, then I'm gonna be like, well, don't hit the lady. She has she has a strong club called Baby. And I'm going to do Sanctuary on Cammy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Is that a
that's
reach
great.
sanctuary?
Yeah, because it's touch, but
Oh,
it goes
okay,
to 30 if I
okay.
do reach.
And
Okay.
you cast this out,
Yeah.
and you feel this ward.
Just don't hurt him. What you don't
Don't
hurt him with
hurt
He's
the
Baby.
spending
baby.
his entire turn.
United under one
All
cause.
3 protect the child. All 3 actions pumping into this spell to shield Cammy.
Now that goes down if I am mean to
If
him.
you
Yeah.
attack
Yes.
him or do anything hostile to him, that goes away.
Okay,
yes.
that's fine. I'm gonna be in Buffland.
We're friends now.
I'll
War
chill-
ended.
I'll be chill if he's chill.
This big running thrust does finally seem to catch this figure's attention as he staggers a bit and turns back towards Trey, balling up his fist and coming back up towards you with this big turning uppercut as he pivots to face this new enemy here. That's Giga cocked. Pretty sure either of the numbers that were up would have hit you, but it is Giga cocked. 34.
Can I use this on a chair?
What?
Hasty block.
Absolutely.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can use that on a chair. Absolutely. I
This
know
is
that
the
one.
perfect time to use that.
100% you can use that on a chair.
So it's still going to hit me, and it's still a crit, but I get to shield block using a chair.
I'll say the chair's got a solid hardness 5.
Then there you go.
And you can
Hard
pull
chair.
that up. You just throw
Just
that in the way.
deletes the chair.
It absolutely just punches straight through it.
But that is a crit.
Yeah, muting some of the blow.
I'm 24.
It's going to be 40, so 35 points of
35.
bludgeoning damage after your chair. 35 total.
He's clumsy, but this is a strength attack.
It is very much a strength.
So
attack, yeah.
doesn't matter.
And this fist rockets up, punching through the chair, and you hear the crunch of metal as Trey's fancy new full plate dance a little from the force of this blow. And he reaches out with his other hand just around, grabs your arm, holds you, and pulls it back and just thrusts it again.
And I am not looking fantastic.
No, neither am
You are
I.
also
Oh
grabbed.
my gosh.
It's a miss.
Malevolence, that's what it is. They're going where they go.
They're supposed to go to the
There,
bar. All
you were
three
given
of
clear
them.
instructions.
I'm not
None
capping
of them have
for
gone to the
whole
board.
chat to not be able to give villain points. You don't get instructions with the points.
Mhm.
They
Never
go
give
where
him
they
villain
go.
points again. Give
They're
them to
just
us.
suggestions.
The absolute lack of
You see this
respect.
cheapskate.
23
Misses.
against your flat-footed.
Hits.
Because you're grabbed. I was like, oh,
Does he
that's...
just have grab on his attacks?
Yeah, it takes as action.
Okay,
But
it's
it's
one
their
of
fist
those,
attack.
yeah.
So it's like action 1 was a hit, action 2 is grab,
Then
action
yes,
3
with,
is another
with
hit.
the flat-footed.
Yes.
Grab is powerful.
Grab's pretty good. This is gonna get probably worse than the remasters. So I haven't converted that one yet because you're gonna get crit with it a lot more often.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these monsters got big old athletics modifiers. So we'll pull that one out when it comes out. I'll give you a pass until then. Definitely not a crit. You would take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. But as he's already got you really off balance in this first swing and has a hold on you, that 18 is instead going to be 24.
I mean, the number doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what your health's at.
It was at 14.
Oh, fair enough. And it is second hit. You hear a thump as Trey's body drops limp and he just lets go and he collapses down onto the ground. Need a stress check from everyone else. Cammy?
I'm not going back. That's a 2. I'm going to spend my hero
I'm
point.
not going back.
I'm not going back.
You can't make me.
Nope, not going back. That's a hero point. That is from Nebula 315. Thank you so much. I didn't roll it. It changed.
Not going back to the asylum.
No, it's 4 still.
She's going back.
I'm actually
Going
going
straight back to the asylum.
Scott in South Dakota. Trey uses these as fast as he gets them.
if I could use this to save myself, can I use it immediately?
No.
Please? It'd be fun.
Got a 17.
17, easy.
11.
All right, so just Cammy going up a little bit on the stress meter there. It is all 3 of his
cold
actions,
foe.
though, as Trey drops.
And then he bleeds for 5 damage.
Ooh, solid. Still bleeding. Even though he doesn't, whether or not this creature even feels pain is up in the air. It's not reacting hardly at all, even to these powerful blows, save for the literal physical, like being knocked a little bit off balance. But he is getting cut up. His coat is near tatters at this point. He is oozing something, bleeding pretty fiercely from this one deep stab wound Trey had landed. He looks visibly incredibly injured, but he isn't slowing down at all. MD.
Crap. I'm gonna reach into the bandolier I have, or it's a little thing of potions on my side. Pop one out that says Trey, and just pop the cork and just shove it down his throat. 2 actions, pull it out, drink him a good old fashioned lesser healing potion.
This figure rights himself up as you kind of looming over you as you pour this potion down Trey's throat. Looking like he's ready to throw a fist your direction.
Trey's not that important. It's like almost minimum. So So 8.
8, right, lesser.
You know what
I
that
saw the
is?
3 on the dice.
That's conscious.
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 Is what that is.
And I just look at him. I dropped Red Destiny, so I just come back up with the War Razor as my last action. It's not flat-footed. Roll a 12, so 26 total. 26 total because Inspire's not up.
That'll get him.
I get to do
He's also clumsy 1 still, so definitely gets just as
a max
just
damage
One
for
round.
12.
That goes back to my turn.
12. Solid. Another big, heavy slash. Cammy.
Oh man.
He's still going.
Did he
You
let
have
go of me?
3.
He has
He's at 8.
I have 8.
You have 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So, gosh darn it, and I can't cast 2. Okay, so this.
You just don't hurt him.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to. Looking out towards MD, kind of reaching out a panicked hand, and you see Blue skitter off my hand and skirt down around the ground. I'm going to be giving him an action, so he'll have 2 actions, so he can help me cast Lay on Hands, which is touch.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And your Blue is going to take this, and you feel him jump off of you and skitter across the room, across the table.
Go!
You just hear
MD,
little tap, 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 tap,
You
tap, tap.
just
Fly!
barely see this little haze shoot off of the edge of the table and jump and land on you, and then just boop right on the side of your neck, and you feel this healing pour into you. You get 18 hit points and 2 AC.
Blue whispers into your ear, but it's my voice. Goes, my champion.
You see a big bloody grin.
You have 1 action left, I believe.
I know, but I can't throw my knife because then I won't be safe.
Cammy's points are empty, but her muse has spells of plenty. Scott!
Scott!
Hero point, pumping them.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you know, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, so let me take a read.
18 might
see.
be enough for you to survive 1 punch.
24.
That
50-50.
it's misdirected attack. Are you gonna let them beat on you like that?
Absolutely.
For my last action, I'm just going to, because I can't throw it right now, I'm going to skitter my knife across the floor towards Easy.
Okay.
Right. You just see Cammy kind of slide her knife and sort of tumbles across what's left of the carpets in here and just ends up right next to you. It is your turn.
Okay.
As you see this figure fairly handily bodying your 2 largest friends.
And Trey's down.
He's at 8.
He's got a potion in his mouth, so he's like staring, but he's on the floor. Yeah, he's
Okay.
been crumpled by this guy.
Conscious enough I get to act.
And MD's spitting up blood from, broken ribs probably.
Yes. I'm going to be like, don't go down. We got to take this guy to Pound Town. Although it seems like he doesn't feel pain, but we feel it like, the rain. So,
boiling
feel this soothing sound. And that's going to be a soothe. And I'm using, and this is from Maverick, Stoke the Magical Flame. When you're casting a spell, you can heighten it 1 level. So I'm doing a level 2, but it's going to feel like a level 3 soothe.
Ooh.
So level 3 soothe for Trey.
10 plus 12.
Yeah.
Big heal energy.
Feeling good over there, buddy?
12.
We felt better.
He coughing on the ground.
He took all my health in 2 hits.
Ooh. 18 plus 12.
30?
So 30 points of health and plus, 2 to mental saves. But, also roll that stress check, even though you don't like doing
Failed.
that. So that's
rolled a 1.
2
A 7.
points. Thank you, Maverick. And then my last one, I'm just going to be like, well, so this guy's hat is the source of his power. If we remove it, he'll cower. It's hiding a weak spot, and if we hit it, it'll hurt a lot. So knock down this monster tower, and that's courage.
Trey black out for a second. Wake up to
Called foe.
yeah. It's a real good card. That's at 100%
I'm
rate of
not-
being popped the second someone gets it. It's
I'm
really
not
good.
standing up. I'm hitting him 3 times.
Fair enough.
Get his ankles. played a character like this.
You can't stop me.
So you're prone, kind of going to get counteracted by
Neutralized,
Called Foe,
so-
so it's a wash.
23.
Doesn't do it.
Even worse.
I did. That was the hat.
And an 11 on the third. So
Trey from the ground,
terrible,
just
terrible. dice.
focusing and just thrusting up with this spear repeatedly. Just jab and jab and jab. He turns to you, MD, seeing you having pour this potion down, whatever it is you're doing, this little lizard on your neck. He's gonna reach out and just bring a hand down, just like a hammer, towards you.
Big grin on MD's face.
27.
27 hits.
50,
You have a plus
50
two to
on.
your AC.
27 hits.
Yeah.
That's 24 AC.
Do the math again, man.
Well, if I add this 3 times.
Okay.
17
Okay.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Kind of move it around so it hits you right on the shoulder.
You catch it. Just. And he doesn't grab you. He just hits and raises his fist back up and just brings it down again.
I wish I would have took nimble dodge.
32.
32 doesn't crit.
Doesn't crit because of lay on hands.
Yes.
Last point for the day. Easy's handling his phobia okay. Take that. Notably, as this figure is still bleeding, your frightened condition goes down at the end of your turn. Yours does not, because yours is going to persist as long as you can see someone bleeding. Scott!
Scott! Thank you.
Also, Trey from Magus Plains. Guy with no points. Fuel him. Is there any universe this hit doesn't bring you down?
I don't know.
You got 24, right? You had 24. You
I
got
had
17.
24.
You got 6.
I'm 7. Minimum damage.
23.
23. So I know you're gonna put me before him initiative, but I'm gonna pop this on my turn last off the strength. If I'm unconscious at the start of my turn, I regain consciousness for the turn. Can I go ahead and do that now, since I'm next after
That
him?
would be the start of his turn because that's the
I'll
end of
let
his
you
turn.
stay here.
Okay.
I'll let you
Yeah.
stay there.
I know I get knocked down to the ground, so I am.
Yes.
So I am prone.
But this second hit smacks MD down, and you see him just drop flat on the floor like a pancake. And then he's still got Blue just kind of on his back. Blue's little hands just with the magic there. And Blue just kind of looks up. This figure just raises his boot and stomps down at Blue.
Wait.
We have a thing for this.
Ah ha ha ha! Face familiar. He turns into mist. He's gonna gain resistance 5 to all damage.
That could save his life.
Good. It could. He's
Oh.
Like 15
Wait,
HP
no,
life.
it's increased resistance by 2. Oh, I've never had to use this.
So it's 9 resistance.
Yes.
9 resistance. We've got to hit
9
him
resistance, and now I've never even thought about this little fella's. Okay. Well,
Oh,
his
she
AC
breaks
is
out a
mine.
calculator.
His AC is yours.
That's not great.
You have +1 to it.
That
It did go
means-
up by 1.
He's attacked twice already, so he's got the multiple attack multi for his third swing.
Probably -10.
Okay.
30 to hit.
Well, he has resistance 9. And 25 lovely hit points.
So 34 will squash him. That's the line.
So.
It's going to be 46 points of damage. As you see this foot come down and you just hear a crunch as he just stamps Blue into paste. Pulls his boot back up and you see just the absolutely crushed, like roadkill against his breastplate form of your dead familiar. He turns
6 damage.
towards Trey and winces from that, swaying a little bit.
Does the bleeding end?
Does not.
At least it's been value bleeding.
Does blue
Yeah.
does blue die and give us stress?
If
Well,
only
that
stress
gives
is
you
Cammy.
stress for sure. Cammy,
Yeah.
you need to definitely make me a stress check.
Okay.
That's the first time this has happened. It's a
It's a
6.
6. Yeah, it's a 6. Oh.
No boy.
Not again.
boy.
You have a very deep connection with Blue, and you almost feel this as much as MD felt this figure's fist before. You feel a snap as a big part of your connection to magic, to Blue, to everything breaks. For a moment, the world spins. You're almost blinded. And you take a second to recover. Very much more stressed. MD, you have the hero point.
I'm going to use Last Ounce of Strength, which picks me up for 1 turn. Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun, for that.
I hear no bell.
I also got a card. Strike true. You got 1 chance, so make it count. As soon as he attacks, I'm using this.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up. And I don't have Red Destiny in my hand. I have a fist weapon, so Doubling Ring works with it.
Yes, the runes go to your fist.
So-
you have a +1 striking hand.
So one big punch right at his face out of just Blue squished on. I'm angry. I think you killed Blue. No one hurts the lizard. I rolled,
Cammy was bad, but the lizard.
I rolled a natural 1.
You throw the fist and it hits,
And then this
just-
is the
This is the razor. The,
just thuds
You
into his side harmlessly.
roll
Into his face
twice.
completely harmlessly.
You roll twice.
and you take the better of the 2, and will be rolling 2 extra damage dice because you're at 1 HP.
You're at 0 HP.
Yeah. But if you're less than 1/3,
Yeah, roll twice, take the best. Last ounce of strength, strike true.
18 on the die. He's flat-footed because it's
Went faint.
Twin Fane. It's plus. It's a razor, so it's +10. So a 28 to hit him.
28 will absolutely hit.
All right, so I'm gonna need 2 more d4s, my friend.
extra damage dice.
1.
2 d4s. Sneak attack because he's flat-footed.
That's a bucket of dice right
That's
there.
some rogue dice rolling around in that hand.
Let's do some math. 4, 5, 10, 14, 18,
Plus
19.
Backstabber.
Huh?
Backstabber.
20. 5, 10, 14, 18, 19, 20. Really low numbers over here. It is a dagger. I just kind of slash at his throat. That's the only thing I can see. Mentally, that's the weakest point facing me.
Blade it's always has a forward, flips up, it hits him, it cuts through. He just doesn't seem to care. Your blade rips across his throat. He reaches up again and stumbles, and you see him wince, and he drops down to 1 knee. How do you end this?
Oh my god.
As the dagger, it looks almost exactly what it is. The dagger goes through him, through his neck. He stumbles. MD vomits up a bunch of blood and then passes out. Immediately.
No.
You fall over.
No, it's,
Fall, and I make sure I fall on my back
You-
so Blue's not hurt.
You fall back. You're dying too now. And he braces himself on the ground with a hand for a moment, and then falls over to his side and collapses too.
I'm running over. I'm running over.
I'm gonna-
He has a healing potion on
I'm
him.
going to get rid of the minor healing potion that I've been holding on
Yeah.
to for a while.
Everybody's
You're right
going.
there. Everyone's like,
Because I'm right
"No!"
there beside him. I just...
You reach out, return the favor.
Exactly.
Pick him up with a healing potion.
Oh my gosh.
You come to on the ground,
you did it.
realize you're in victory, but you won. That thing is dead. Slumped over on the ground, its hat topples off on the floor.
Cammy.
Motionless.
I'm just on my back. Cammy, how are you doing?
I got his ankles.
Where's Blue? Where's the lizard?
You got this crunched across your breastplate, just flat, like you've been hit by a car. Completely still.
He's
A
right,
splat.
he's right there.
Easy, how are you?
I'm like perfectly fine. But is there anything we could do for Blue? I'm gonna try waking him up. Sleep, little Blue.
Blue is
Paste.
dead.
I'm gonna take that guy's stupid hat and throw it in the dirt. Just throw it outside. Step on
You
it.
just take his hat,
Desecrate the hat.
stomp over the courtyard, and just toss it
stab
out
it with
there in
the
the
dagger.
dirt.
I'll just kind of scoop up what remains of him. I'll just put him in my front pocket.
Well then, Melison's little curse on you wore out.
Yeah. No, it's gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. I don't feel it anymore.
Good. Let's go. There's no sense in standing around here anymore.
Does a big guy have anything worth keeping?
You can rifle through his... Does he have pockets?
The coat's probably got pockets.
You can rifle through his
They're
pockets.
empty. He doesn't appear to have brought anything, simply arrived to solve a problem.
Well, the problem's been
How
solved.
much damage did you deal to Cammy?
40 in a single.
40 in a
40.
single.
How much health you got left?
48.
You had 8 health after he punched you?
And then I took the 13. But yeah. I had 8 health left.
A fist bigger than you. Boom.
Yeah.
Pick
A
up
high
Cammy.
roll could absolutely one-shot you from him.
100%.
Pick up Cammy.
You all...
Oh, does he? If I look at his chest, like, does the mark still make me feel
You're
weird?
gonna look? You're gonna open his coat?
Bro,
I
what?
don't know.
It's weird.
I mean,
We see
we're
him
walking
go to
away.
Open his coat. Weird.
I just
He told you all about this. So
Yeah,
you
no,
know
it's
about
still
this.
weird.
I don't want to see it.
So I'm asking, like, you went through his pocket stuff, but are you opening his coat? Are you trying to look on purpose?
could I not look and just try to cut it out? Can I just like look away and just try to cut around?
You can try anything.
Because I just want, if I can just stun people with that and just be like, ah!
He's gonna be the flasher.
Just hold up the flab with the
It's like
symbol on it.
holding Medusa's head. Like, I just want to like, is that a possibility?
You gonna try?
Do you want to try?
Are you opening his coat? Like, are you eyes
Yeah,
closed?
I'm closing
looking
my
away?
eyes and I'm opening his cup.
You see him reach in, undo a
Don't-
couple
like,
buttons,
don't look anything.
turn away, close his eyes, and all you look away. He pulls the coat open. Well, what do? You're not looking.
I'm just gonna remember where it was and I'm just gonna start
You
use
could
that dagger
barely
and cut.
tell. It was like you're not even sure if it was a thing that was like like a tattoo or
You're
a
just gonna
scar.
feel
If it
this
was just
flab.
something.
Is there any like
separate.
raised skin?
As you start to feel across his
This isn't weird.
We're already out of the room.
swollen
We are walking away.
rolls
Out of the
flesh,
church.
his body
Oh my
barely
gosh.
even seeming like it has a shape. It's just rolls and
All right.
knots of
All right.
heavy flesh.
Okay, abort.
You feel this very wet, warm blood that's oozed out. from
Okay,
all the
abort. I'm
stripes
going.
that
I'm leaving.
everyone's
I'm going.
laying
I'm going.
before
I'm
you
going.
close the
I'm
door,
going.
you're
I'm
like, "Nah, done.
All right, never mind.
You are all mostly very hurt.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
How much health to get back from that potion?
8. And then I got soothed for about half my health.
No. Me. How much did I get back from your potion?
Oh, you got
Somewhere between 1 and 6.
You just
yeah,
got healed by Cammy right after, right?
4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4. You guys are barely able to stand, wounded as you are. You're just gonna make a break for it and just try to get back into town, get back
Just
to your house.
hobble on back.
Fair
Go
enough.
find Winter.
Go find a winner.
She makes us feel better.
Mom, boo boos.
Is Loic there?
I think
If
Loic
you
has a house.
Make your way
Where's Marius?
out of Old Chapel. One more of these summoning sigils in the back chambers having been dealt with. Leaving just 2 question marks. Apparently a second star vampire somewhere. And whatever that last circle was.
It'll be fine.
It was the other single.
It's weaker than this
powerful
one.
It was a little weak. It looked like it should be. It was a little less intricate than this. But that's one less thing you know about now dealt with, or one more thing you know about dealt with. One less problem for the future. And we are alive,
Barely.
mostly. Cammy, as you walk out, just feeling this little weight in your front pocket, just this motionless body, just hoping maybe that there's something there. You know, you saw what that thing did to Trey and MD. You know there's no hope for a lizard, magical or otherwise. You just hope. That lost part of you, that connection that was there, you look for it, you try to feel it out, you try to find something. And as you walk back out of Old Chapel and back on the road back towards Thrushmore, you do feel something there. It's faint. It's very, very weak. But that connection that Blue gave you is not gone entirely. There's something still there. Group of you make your way back into town. You obviously get some looks, some glances from concerned townsfolk. You are absolutely destroyed. You are battered, bloody, limping along, barely able to stand in some of your cases. Some people are worried. Some people offer aid. Some people cross the other side of the road. They don't want to mess with whatever that was in Thrushmore. I'm assuming you got
Ignoring
places to
it.
be.
We're okay, citizens.
It's early afternoon now as the group of you make your way back through Thrushmore as quickly as you can. Back to your cottage, back to the Sleepless Agency, back to
to the cottage, I believe.
back to home base, back to some semblance
Send Easy to go get Winter.
of safety.
Okay.
I think she does house calls.
You make it back to your little cottage. Well, no worse for the wear. Nothing's going to happen to you walking through the middle of town,
Starving
at the
fire.
very least. What?
Starving fire.
No, we found
Descends
it.
from the sky.
Hold on,
your
Easy's
thing.
gonna get mugged
What,
again.
it only goes after beings with blood, right?
Well, you
don't
barely
have
have
a
any
lot,
left.
yeah.
So, like,
Exactly,
you guys
we're
are probably
fine.
fine. What's the worst that can happen?
No
Wait,
blood.
I'm gonna run quick back to be like, wait.
The three of you, desperately injured, collapse across the floor of your cottage, and Easy scurries off
Wait,
the
no,
sleep
I
station.
I turn around and I'm like, wait. If she comes to our cottage and doesn't see Marius, what do we tell her?
I don't care.
He's talking to people he knew.
Alone. Okay. I'll go get Winter.
Maybe she won't notice.
You hurry off to the Sleepless Agency.
Not the chap. Not new chap.
Or New Chapel, sorry, right, because you know she's there now. You
I'm
hurry
so
off to the New
heroic.
Chapel right across the
Literally
street.
next door.
Yeah, and just head in through the door to where all of the residents from the asylum are about living their lives in much better circumstances than they were back in Briarstone. Food being provided for them. They don't have to make a campsite and everything. It's oddly similar. Pews pushed aside to make room for bedrolls, but they're nice bedrolls with sheets and pillows. You head in, you look around for a second, you see Voston, York. You don't immediately see Winter. You see Nasa around in the corner,
Loic?
tending to a couple of people. You see Doppel Denman in the back doing
Lucas!
whatever he's doing. Lucas is there. Who are you going for? You don't immediately see Winter.
Is Loic there?
Loic would be there.
Just say hello. Like, nice to see you.
I missed
I
you.
missed you, bud. And then I'm just gonna ask Boston, like, have you seen Winter?
No. Honestly, I was sort of hoping to ask you the same. We checked in at your cottage across the road a couple of hours ago, but it seemed like you were all out. I haven't seen her at all today.
Okay.
She went to the sleepless agency still looking for the royal accuser last evening. She's passed around a few times, and well, normally she returns here before the sun goes down. It was odd she hadn't returned, and well, now this day is near over, and we've seen no sign of her. You don't know either.
No, we were just at the old chapel trying to see what's going on. We heard like weird rumors. And it was pretty rough and we almost died. There's summoning like monsters out there. It's just be careful. There's one on the loose.
He just it's like,
I don't mean to freak you
what?
out. But
He
like
really does have a way with words.
Poetic, really.
there's one uncalled, but it's the second to weakest one. So
What's second to weakest of what?
of
I
4
don't-
different kinds.
Do you
of
have a
monsters.
monster, a ranking of monsters?
Yeah,
What-
but it's based on how intricate the summoning.
Why are there monsters in Thrushmore?
Oh, you know this lady who has like this jewelry on her forehead. She's named Millicent. Usually at the tea house.
Wasn't that? She works up at the Count's Manor, doesn't she? I never met her,
Yeah.
but that sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's real.
She's the
not good
seneschal.
news. Yeah, she's not. I think she's trying to like run the. Anyway, bad news. She's summoning monsters from like the Dark Tapestry.
Well, bad news. I don't know where Winter's gotten to, and well, with your bad news combined, I'm certainly a fair bit more worried than I was earlier. What should we do? Should we?
Well, don't panic.
I-
And
This looks bad, admittedly. It doesn't look great, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But this is Thrushmore, right? I mean, it's a town. Surely it's no Briarstone Asylum. That's for sure. She got through that. She has Pharasma with her. She can survive anything.
yeah.
The lady's not going to die until it's her time to. But still, I do worry a little bit.
Same. I guess just keep an eye out.
I'll go ask at the sleepless agency, I suppose.
I can go with you. I mean, you just-
Sure. Welcome to company. That's the last place I know that she's gone. They'll know something, probably.
all right, let's go.
Nasa, we'll be out. We're gonna go ask at the agency, see if the detectives know where Winter's gotten to. And you okay over there?
Derp being derp.
I took the broken condition card out of the deck and just handed it to her.
Oh,
Just put it in her front pocket.
Yeah, just
Yeah, man.
I
Oh
need one of those.
gosh.
You and York head out towards the sleepless agency. You found signs, way more than signs, of the cult summoning a bunch of extraplanetary monsters to Thrushmore. That seems great. And now, it seems Winter has disappeared too.
Next time on Strange Aeons.
We learn, the more we figure out, the more things seem to just continue to happen. But that's going to be it for today's episode of Strange Aeons. Everybody. Mono, I see that huge raid, by the way. Thank you. This is unfortunately like the end. It's a,
Well, hello.
it's a 3 to 6 kind of thing. But thank you so much. Raiders,
his weird Australian time.
I know you just kind of got the outro here. But what we got for you or anyone else just joining us, the tabletop adventure through Strange Aeons, a Pathfinder campaign that I have pretty significantly modified to make extra spooky and depressing for everyone involved.
I'm having a great time.
Lovecraft horror. It's eldritch. It's incomprehensible and very, very deadly.
I mean, I comprehend a lot.
Nobody died today. That was
Star
great.
Vampires got some sick toe
did
beams.
die today.
Nobody.
Somebody died today. Somebody very
I guess I
important.
literally can't say that.
Yeah.
It's not a person at the table,
Yeah,
but
Mr. X. He died.
you lost Blue.
Part of Cammy died. Literally a part of Cammy died.
Absolutely smashed. We're here almost every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, playing some more of this adventure, making our progress. But good news, we got more. As you come from Mono's raid, you might be familiar from Mono's previous raids. We got a Sunday show now, too. We got Pathfinder adventures that happen tomorrow. And they just started. This is only their 3rd episode. That campaign is very fresh, very early. You can get in at the ground level, meet the characters, see all the new stuff. He's on it too, playing the pious puppy.
I'm Pious Puppy. I am a Knoll.
Dog priest.
Dog priest.
Dog priest.
A Knoll paladin.
Another adventure. Another group of ours, a bunch of our friends run through Abomination Vaults. If you want to get in early on a campaign.
Well, hold on. You want spooky? Watch today. You want spooky? Watch tomorrow. You want spooky? Watch Monday.
Yep.
Because we have a type, okay? We like it spooky in our tabletop, all right? We want it to be depressing. We want to all be introspective and sad at the end of our sessions. That's what we're going for. And Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, is the finale of another one of our adventures. We got Saturday, Sunday, Monday shows. The final episode, they got delayed a little bit, of Malevolence. She runs that one. Hopefully she doesn't take it personal that I killed her lizard.
Say goodbye,
I'm
Palace.
just saying.
We do have-
If somebody wants to drop a whoa, come
I'm
Monday.
over there. She's over here. We have the Numida family going on some spooky adventures through a haunted mansion, and they are going to reach their conclusion Monday afternoon.
One way or
Great
another.
little pre-Halloween spooky show to see, how many of us lived through that one. So it's been hit or miss. Malevolence!
Malevolence!
But for now, thank you for hanging out, everybody. Thank you for being here. Mono, thank you for the raid, man. You're the best. I love you. Catch our shows tomorrow on Monday.
Love you,
We'll be
Mono.
back here next week, next Saturday, with more Strange Aeons. Stay safe. Stay sane.
Hey, look, you went down.
You did. You ain't done. You're done for now. You did
Net
better now.
positive.
I'm hurting
Goodbye,
again.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.